Hi, we're live. I'll be right there, guys. Uh, I have some ouch, very hot stuff here. I'll be right there.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
Yes, Carolyn.
All right, thanks.
Debbie D.
Hi, Denise. How are you? So I got out. Um, let me see. I sent out orders for two more going out tomorrow morning. Denise, I haven't done you yet. I didn't do Sandy yet, and didn't do Scooter yet. And I had a thing. I thought there was something, a big problem. Then I figured it out. Ruff and I figured it out on the phone. And what else? And now I'm just eating dinner now. Believe it or not, because the kids had a track meet. Hi, Isabel. And Jimmy had chicken. I didn't even know what freaking time it was, and it's like I haven't had anything since breakfast, so I'm not even hungry. But I've got to eat because I had my vitamins. So let me see. No, it's okay, and it's okay not to bill me to go back for me. Yeah, absolutely. That's fine, Denise. Don't worry about it. I probably won't get till then anyway. You're leaving tomorrow, right? Hi, Tina. Yeah, I probably won't get to it because I have to get a bigger box for Scooter because I forgot I have to send that egg tray. And then Sandy's box I have to do. And I have to talk to her about Spanish moss. At 12, you have a strict schedule. 12. Scooter's on a mini vacation too. And I'm going to work on some crafts in just a minute. Hold on, I'm going to finish this. And I think Donna, oh my gosh, Debbie might have fallen asleep because I didn't know she was trying to get in because I lowered the volume because when Ruff called me, I was listening to a live auctioneer, like an auctioneer, you know, the one we got 20, we got 20, we need 25, like that, and I couldn't find the tab to close it down. So I just closed the volume on my entire computer, so then I didn't hear it. Didn't realize, forgot I had the volume down, and then when I went to turn it up, I saw that Debbie D was waiting to get in, so I let her in, so she's in, but she probably fell asleep. Carolyn, I was going to tell you, me and Sandy did a trade. Oh, okay, good. That's good. And your daughter's out of school for the year, Denise? Because Scooter was saying her granddaughter's out of school for the year. I can't believe that. Our kids are still in for the year. I mean, not out. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you guys get out early there. What time do you go back? Do you go back before Labor Day? I couldn't be in a school district that goes to school before Labor Day. Hi, Muffy. I think Sophie starts in August. Oh. Yeah, I can't do that, Denise. You're making pizza? Yeah, well, I'm trying to eat dinner just this time too, Bill Muffy. I'm not very hungry, but I took some vitamins, so I have to eat something. Otherwise, I'll get, not good. What happened? Nothing, Denise. What happened? What happened, Denise? Nothing. Nothing, honey. Where's Linda, Tina? Let me see where, let me see here. Um, me do. Somebody's asking me something right now. I gotta do a thing right here on PayPal. Sorry about that. But if I forget, I'll forget to do it. So I'm just gonna do it. Whoops. What is with this? I don't understand. Oh, there we go. All right, see, that's done. Now I don't have to worry about it anymore. All right. I was talking, let me see. Anybody watching Karen Reed? P. Diddy? Someone said, I don't even know if this is true, but that P. Diddy might get pardoned. I don't know if anybody else heard that. I think they have to wait at least until he gets convicted, don't they? Before they can pardon him. But why would we pardon someone like that? Let me see if that's true. I'm going to look that up. Oh, he hasn't ruled out pardoning him if he's convicted. President Trump said he'll consider pardoning Diddy. Let's see here. Said he would certainly look at the facts. Okay, look at the videotape of him too. Someone says by facts you mean stacks. Oh my goodness. That would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. That would really be crazy. I think people would be outraged after all the abuse that people are hearing and seeing. I think they would be outraged. But we'll see. He's got to get convicted first. And that's supposed to happen before the 4th of July. So that'll be interesting. Right? Now, where was I? Then there was also Ryan Anderson. He started a new YouTube channel, apparently. And he also put up a video on Thursday. I saw it. I don't see it on his TikTok anymore. But I did see it. Talking about that apology Gypsy made to him and things that she put out there that shouldn't have been put out there. And then the apology, he said, which isn't for him at all, because if it was for him, she would have called him and not just made a video about it. Now, why can't I find you guys anymore? I can't. I'm in the wrong one. Hold on. There we are. And I'm going to do some crafts in just a second here. I did make myself more coffee, so I'm just drinking this. I'm finished eating. I just want to do this. Didn't get everything done that I planned to get done today. I had a couple more things I wanted to do computer-wise. But I did get a lot of shipping done. Billing. That's good. Carolyn, will Sandy be... Will Sandy... She might be. I haven't even had a chance. I've just been texting with her. I haven't had a chance to call her. But she was over at Scooters Live earlier, but just for a minute. So she's probably busy because I think... Wait a minute. I think she might have just got ducks today. Or getting them tomorrow. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to craft in a minute as soon as I get my mojo. Get some stuff done. I have a can I want to decoupage. I have a heart that I want to customize. I have some tags. I wanted to do some stuff on the Cricut. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But I don't know. I don't know. And now it's like getting to be like, feels like it's like 3 in the morning or something. I don't know. I was up super early today though. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't know. I tried to watch a movie last night, but I didn't make it. Apple cider vinegar or something. And I don't know what, let me see something. Alright, let me check something. Oh, I was going to check on Evie. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Let me see if I can. See, I just ate and I still feel sick. Like I didn't eat fast enough with my vitamins. Yuck.
Hi, Carolyn. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Gail. Okay. Send that. Let's see. Oh. Oh, yeah. Hold on, I gotta ask Aunt Gia. Okay. Now, let me see. Let me see. What else is going on? Pro wrestler arrested on domestic violence after his girlfriend leaves a desperate note in a sandwich shop in Santa Rosa County. Okay. Two New York City police officers on leave after connections with cryptocurrency kidnapped and tortured suspects. Interesting. Kelsey Pittman. Oh, is that the woman that was missing a long time ago? I think so. I don't know, some stuff you don't even know if it's true, and there's like nothing to watch on anything like Netflix or anything. I don't know. The apple cider vinegar thing lost me. Thought it was, I don't know, something it wasn't, I guess. Or my mind is just it's not there. Okay, let me go get my camera
Hi,
on.
we're live.
I'm gonna go and
I'll be
you gonna
right
come
there,
on?
guys. I have to,
Hold on, I'm echoing, I know, I hear it. Hello, Debbie Two Scooter. All right, let me get my camera on over here. Now the lights on, I have all the lights on. What's going on in here? I do have to get some packs of napkins ready to sell to some crafters on another forum that want them. So let me see here. I'll do some of that too, maybe. We'll see. All right, this I've got to get away. Right there. Hold on. Put this down. I'm live, but I'm not ready. No, nothing that you can do. All right, guys, hang on a sec. Almost there. Figure out where this jewelry. I got a bunch of jewelry. I don't know where it's from. Right there, guys. Okay. All right, this goes over here. Okay. Okay, these lip stains are sold. All right, I'm coming. I'm just gonna put my laptop on, my camera on. Okay. Sorry guys, I'll be reading the chat in a minute. All right, here we go. Down here. General. Symptoms a little refined, plus I've got, where's the Harding's a little refined. Let me put the chat on over here. And I've got a mute over there. Otherwise. Pull out my laptop. And I mean pull it out, it's on a sliding tray that's hooked into my cabinets. Okay. Hold on, let me shut up over here. Okay, now I'm over here. Let me just put this on. Where the heck is my mouse? Where is my mouse? Mouse, mouse, mouse. Mouse, there we go. What did they do to my computer? They used, what did they do with it? What did they do? Come on. Here we go. All right, so we need to studio. All right, here I am. Why is it just telling me November 24th again? Oh my gosh. Hi, Sandy. Let me know if you want to come up. I don't know if Scooter's there. Scooter, are you in the chat? She might be 2-3. She's still in by now. If you want to come up, Sandy, ask Scooter for the number, please. Okay, so one thing I was doing was making these little tags. Where did I put the rest of them? Right here. Right here. And there's a stupid fly in the house. Jimmy, this stupid fly in the house is this fly is crazy. Crazy, I tell you. So I don't know, I just did a bunch of wood shapes and I just decoupaged them. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is, these are tags, there's a hole. I was thinking of doing
Where?
something, he's flying all around here, like he flew into the refrigerator when I opened the refrigerator. But putting some jute and like even some beads here or something to attach to a jar, maybe a basket or something, but I just started to just decoupage a bunch of tags to have tags. So I just did a bunch of these tags. Hold on, I'll highlight myself here in a second so you can see better. And I'll do the number for Sandy if she wants to comment while I'm over here. While I'm over here, I'll do that. No pressure. Okay, let me find. Luke?
He's sleeping.
Oh, it sounds like he's saying something. Sounds like he's saying, yeah, like that. I just hear somebody saying, yeah, like that, yeah. I don't know, maybe he's talking in his sleep or something, I have no idea.
I hear it on TV.
Oh. And it was very soft, it was just like, that. That. Okay. So yeah, see, these are the, so I just then did some hearts, because remember I have those picket fence kind of things that I just did. I said they need something on, I'm not even know that this one of these will go on them, but I'm just did some stuff here, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
Yeah.
That's I'm working out, so he's not sleeping. He's in 6 little while back, but he did say goodnight.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
I hear that.
So now I've got to find my sanding block. So I move, here it is. Here it is. I just decoupage it like that and
Make a little text. Okay. That's something I was doing. Then I've got this can, do something with that. Then I've got to make piles of napkins. For this decoupage thing that I belong to. They want to.
Oh, the Sesame Street can is cool. I love it.
The napkin, yeah. I don't know if
Yeah,
I use it on that one,
that
but
is so cool.
it is cute. Okay, let's see what I have here. I'm ready for Christmas in July. It's too big.
Yeah, I love Christmas in July.
Do you?
Yeah. We when I was nursing, we did Christmas in July big. So people got Christmas that maybe weren't going to make it to the next Christmas.
Oh,
Very special time to have it twice. Sandy, hi Muffy. Hi Bucky. Hi Denise. Hi Debbie.
I think Abby said she's gonna try to come up and she's real sad, so you guys have got to try to cheer her up. Because
Yeah.
her son is moving tomorrow.
Yeah. So
We've got to try to cheer her up.
yeah. Love you, Evie. Sorry. Tina. Hi, Tina. Isabel. Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Isabel. Because I had just like a little thing. Okay, now what did I do? I had my scissor. That's where I put my scissor down and then it's down. There's a little preview for tomorrow. I'm gonna have some Disney watches. Anybody like Disney watches? Not sure which ones are gonna go in. I have a Disney pin.
Oh, wow.
And this is all vintage stuff. This is not new stuff. I have a Tigger. Let's see here. Tigger watch. An Eeyore. That has a butterfly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, so is that a star?
Yeah, then I have another one. Where's the other package go? Where's the other package? There's, which one is the one that plays music? The white one?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh
those
no,
not.
this one is light.
That's lights.
Oh my gosh.
He's
A
bad at
mini.
that.
That one plays music.
that one
No,
does.
the other one plays music. Jimmy
Okay.
says. This
So
is
Mickey Mouse one.
not this one.
No, that's
This is another Mickey. And then
that one plays music.
Hi Jimmy, how you going?
Hello.
this one plays music.
Hello, everybody. Hope you guys all have a great night.
So that's a little preview. Some of those will
Oh my
be
gosh.
tomorrow.
Thank you, Carolyn. I love previews. Thank you. Oh, wow. That's so cool. Oh, Sandy got 4 ducks today and getting more next
Well,
week.
that's what I thought. How did the ducks go? How did the ducks go? Did I give you? Did I put the link in her thing or did I forget about it?
Sandy, are the other chickens or ducks, are they out of the playpen yet? Oh, so adorable. Muffy, I love ducks too. I like hand rearing them almost from the egg. You can train them to be like a dog, follow you everywhere. They hear your every move.
We finished one of the long ones, but Newark
Oh,
Airport.
Jimmy,
I guess Newark did one of the airport, one of the runways open, so.
what happened?
Newark Airport, they're getting a little bit better. They opened up one of the runways.
Oh.
They were fixing.
Oh, so they're still in there, Sandy. Oh, so adorable.
This is not for sale. This is mine, but see, this is a handcrafted pin. That's how some people use bits of jewelry and they make something new.
Wow.
I want to do something with some jewelry. I don't know where to put my thing.
So they possibly could be little earrings.
They could be, or they could be just bits of, yeah, like,
Yeah.
they glued like at least probably this
Yeah.
pin onto this
Oh, for the brooch. Yeah.
pin for a feather, and then the angel, and then this. These are separate. This, lots of different things.
Lots of different elements.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know where I put my. And I have 10,000 scissors. That could happen.
Muffy, my last duck, I taught to communicate by tapping on a bell.
Ah.
And then in the morning, it would just go tap, 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 tap. Let me out.
Ah. This is another decoupage now.
Hi, little lady.
Hi, little lady.
I can't do the I'll try it. Hi, little lady.
Little lady.
Little lady.
Little lady.
I always do it in my head.
Yeah.
I've never done it out loud.
Okay, let's see. I gotta get another. Oh, here's no.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, I know what I was cutting over here. That's here.
Back again.
Scissors. Mr. Scissors. Okay, thank you.
Bucky's gone. That's she got me too. She's laughing and she's going, little lady. She does it in her head every time she reads it now too. I bet you everyone does.
See what you started, little lady.
such a beautiful day here. It's 1:45 in the afternoon. It's just beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You mean the weather?
yeah, yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just a beautiful day. I kept the dogs up all night, and so and the cat, and they're still sleeping.
Oh,
It was very cold though.
it's very cold. It's very cold.
What did we work out? I think it was 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But see, that's not cold for you.
Oh, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit? Well, that's cold. I mean,
That
that's
that was in the
cold.
morning. That was in the morning. Yeah, like overnight when the dogs want to go out to the toilet.
Well, that's free below freezing.
No, so I might be saying it wrong. Let me have a look. So my 4 degrees, I'll look at it. Um,
This is not good.
all right, 39.2. So no, it's 39.2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it does drop down to the 30. But it's not cold like you. Like when you're cold, it's different. We're very cold, but not like you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my gosh.
You make that look so easy.
It is easy. It really is.
Bucky Hen. No, it's not easy, Carolyn.
Bucky Ann, I saw them trying to do that rice paper. They said it's not rice paper, but I saw the lady doing it, and what did she do with it? It made absolutely no sense what she did, because what she did with it, you could do with a regular napkin without going through that entire process with no trouble. She did the iron-on method on like a wood tag like this, and goes like, why would you go through that? You have to let that dry. Oh my gosh, it doesn't make any bit of sense.
Hi, White Angel.
My White Angel. You want to come up and craft, White Angel, and show everybody your crafts? Of course not, right? You should come up and show everybody your crafts. Let them get to know a different side of you, White Angel. Don't be shy. Give it a try.
Okay, so first of all, Bucky's gone. When I go to varnish, they always bubble up on me. I spend an hour smoothing them out with the paintbrush.
Really? Even
And
when you
then-
do them when they're not like just like this too, when you varnish it, it will bubble up on you? Or just the heat, the ones you do with the iron? You might be using either like maybe, I don't know. I'll have to see you do it and see if I can figure out what you're doing.
And the next was, yeah, I made it like vinyl, not rice paper.
Yeah, but I just don't even understand the reasoning behind it, Bucky. Because it just took a lot to just come out just like that. You know what I mean? It's not like she even used it. Like when you saw it on the wood, you would never know that it had been on that like turned into vinyl. Because she heated it up. It activated the Mod Podge, and it just decoupaged itself to the wood. But there's no reason that you have to wait 24 hours like that. It's ridiculous. Um, yes, all of it. Really? Then you should really come up and show us what you're doing wrong, and then we can help you.
Bucky Ann's working on her crafting area.
Oh, right.
She hasn't written that on chat, but I'm just she doesn't have an area at the moment. She's establishing her zone. I just remember that from chatting with her. I can't wait to see your new crafting area though when you've got it up and running, Bucky Ann. Now, Bucky Ann's saying she makes beautiful things. Yes, all of it. She gives herself an extra step. Do you know what she means?
No. Mm-mm.
So with the lady, I wonder if the lady with the vinyl, not rice paper, adds in an extra step in the process. Yes, still a big pile on top of my desk. She hasn't sorted it to where it needs to go yet.
Hmm. Okay.
But I'm finding everything I lost.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's always the way, Bucky Ann. A white angel makes beautiful things, Bucky Ann saying.
We don't know that, Bucky Ann, because she doesn't come up on panel. She's a scaredy.
Oh, look at that. Yes, the lady with the rice paper, extra step.
Yeah, but it's more than an extra step. It's not needed. Not for what. Yeah, there's a few of them, Bucky, and you may not be watching the same one that I am. And the one that I'm watching, there's absolutely no reason for her to do that.
Well, Bucky Ann says she's lucky because White Angel shows her the crafts. That's what I'm understanding from. Then I'm lucky because she shows me.
Oh, okay. And you're lucky.
I love watching people craft. You gonna hop up, party mate? You hopping up, love? Oh, I just got too hot. Oh my, look at that butterfly. Can you imagine making that into 3D?
Mm-hmm. There's lots. I'm just trying to get some napkins together because I'm in a group.
I could sit for an hour watching you make a video doing just this with your napkins.
There are people that do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
They're packing or they're doing something. Okay, now I'm gonna get some of these.
Now that napkin there is what you put on the bird, wasn't it? That one just before.
The bird, this bird?
Nope, the bird that you made before that one, I reckon. Yeah, that one. Oh no, I'm looking on
This
YouTube
bird?
as well.
Or
No,
is
you
the
already
bird-
sold it. No,
the
you've
bird-
already sold it, I reckon.
Already sold it, okay.
Yeah.
Already sold it. All right, let me see now. What's it gonna do? Get
Or it could have been a pineapple. Pineapple. Pineapple.
Bucky, you should call in anyway, because you can still talk even if we're not allowed to see you.
She makes beautiful purse charm belts. That sounds lovely.
He makes beautiful what?
Purse charm belts.
Who does? That lady? But how do you know you're watching the same lady as me, though? And what did I do? Oh, here's my thing that I'm spending big work on.
We've all got our own lady.
Yeah, we've all got our own lady. How do you know your lady is my lady? And
Mhm.
she's not really
And
my
how-
lady
how-
because I don't think
How do
she's.
you know also that Carolyn wants to share her lady with you?
Lady.
Okay, I was just being lazy, but I'll come.
Okay. Yes, where's my bag?
Oh, that ribbon is gorgeous. I could imagine that down the side of a t-shirt, some sort of shirt, and then a hand crocheted doily, like with that on it, make it just bits of pieces of vintage. And a really nice shirt.
The other day.
One of my next projects is my girlfriend wants me to do things like that for I think a denim jacket she's got. She wants some sort of.
Bedazzler. I have a bedazzler, you know that? A vintage bedazzler.
Yeah.
I might have two bedazzlers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you can't own one. You have to have two on
no,
the
I have two.
boat. And remember the Bo Dabras?
Yeah, I have a Bodabra.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Bo Dabra.
Oh, I just found something else. Oh, I don't feel bad. Ruffles.
Yeah, so
I found more stuff that you have, Ruffles, but you have other stuff here. You still have your cowbell, cat coasters. So they're gonna have to go out in another box anyway. And then I've got to check with you and see if you got your beach saves. Oops, close. Let me forget that. That's gotta go there. Where did I? Okay. Oh. Uh-oh, Bucky's trying to get in.
yeah, she's in. I just let her in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did with my craft bag of jewelry. I have one over here. I do have one.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I made it. Oh, what's a what was that second thing you said?
Bo Dabra.
What is that?
Bo- You make bows, like it's a wooden thing and
Oh, with the dowel sticking up?
yeah.
I have that. You know, I've never used it.
I
Oh,
don't
really?
I think I did use mine.
In my
Do you know
closet
if you
kitchen, in my
started using
laundry room.
Bucky Ann, if you started using that, you would sit there for a week and just make 100 bows.
Right? I should. I have ribbon. You know what happened when I got it? I had no ribbon at all, not one spool. I didn't craft it.
Ah.
The only thing I did was paint. So I had all my paint stuff, but I didn't have any. Then when I started looking into the world of crafting, then I went hog wild and got all the stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, oh, I have that bow maker. And I had all the
Yeah.
ribbon, but I didn't know where the bow maker was. So I never used
Yep.
it. Then recently I found it. I was like, oh, here it is. I'm getting a sore throat.
Oh no.
But then I found it, but yeah, I still haven't. You got to see I'm telling you, it looks like call up hoarders, the show hoarders. They'd come in there and be like, oh my God, this woman's going to get lost in her room. All I have is a spot. Well, I have a spot on the other side of the bed that's empty for the dog to lay on.
Yeah.
I have the spot where I sleep. The rest of my bed is 2 foot tall with stuff. I'm sleeping with walls of books and papers and box. And then the deck. Oh, it's gotten better. It's just I can't do it for long because of my back. I can work maybe an
Yeah.
hour and that's it. My back gives out and I
And
have
you
to go lay
and you
down.
you've been away as well too, enjoying your family, and that's a lot.
I had a video call with Benny.
Oh, yeah?
He's so cute. He sits there and he talks to me, but he talks with the baby gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? And then what happened? And then he goes, hey, and he starts laughing. So I started
Oh.
laughing. And he thinks I understand him, obviously, but it's the cutest thing.
Does he
And I
get
throw
excited
kisses,
to
he
see
throws kisses
Benji?
back. I wave, he waves to me. Oh,
Does he get excited to see Benji? Does Benji come? Does he see him on the FaceTime or anything like that?
yeah. Yesterday I showed him on the phone. I said, look, I said, you want to see the puppy dog? And I showed him drinking
Yeah.
water. And he was
Oh,
laughing because the dog was drinking water.
yeah. Every time I FaceTime the grandkids or the great nieces and nephews, they have to see every single animal and spend like half an hour talking to them and
Oh.
interacting with them. And
Meanwhile, you're
I'm
like,
like,
hey, wait, I called to talk to you. You
yeah.
talk to me.
And
Oh,
then their
what I was
dogs have
saying
to
is, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead.
on, keep going. You go. No, you go.
No, I was going to say,
You were.
Carolyn, I was saying White Angel makes the purse charm belts. It goes from like across the whole front of the pocketbook from strap to strap, and it's all nothing but charms dangling down off a chain. Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Like I've never
I
seen
know what
anything
you're
like
saying.
that until she showed me it.
Yeah.
But she's not going to show them, then I'm stealing the idea and I'm going to make them myself.
Oh, and then you're gonna have to show us.
Oh, and that other woman, no, it's got to be the same woman because she says, oh, it came on the same time that you said it to me. I'd watched it the day before and it said, make rice paper. But when she peeled it off, it was like shiny and vinyl. And it's like, that's not what rice paper
But
is.
I've seen a
That whole
couple
thing
of
is rice
different
paper.
people do that. I've seen a couple of different people do it though.
I know, but they're wrong. That's not rice. I don't know what they're talking about.
They know they are
rice
wrong.
paper.
I know they don't know what rice paper is, obviously.
It's very thin, it's granulated, and there is a sheen, but not a shine. It's not thick and shiny and rubbery. It's, I don't know, it's like paper, but it's very thin. It's not like that. It's not like vinyl. And that's what I was watching them make.
Do you
She
call
like peeled it off.
vinyl?
Look, it's just like rice paper. I was like, no, it's like a piece of vinyl.
This is what
Oh,
Sandy makes. See, there's
okay.
you just put the towel through there. You can put any towel you want through it.
Is that a wooden dowel in the middle?
Oh, I have wooden circles like that. I can make that.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I am making them straight onto the tea towel. And that is cute. That is really, really cute. I wonder where you get those circles here.
no, I think you can get them on Amazon. I think that's where she got
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I don't know where I got mine. You know what it is? For years, I've collected things, right? Not
Me
knowing
too.
why. I never had an idea and I never said, oh, I'm going to get this and make this out of it. I just like, I liked collections. So I
Yeah,
saw
me
those
too.
wooden circles somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember where. And I was like, oh, look at this. And I threw them in
They'll turn
the
up.
cigar box and I saved them. Well, when I started crafting, all those things that I always collected and saved, it was like a bell going off, like, you have all those things.
Mm-hmm.
I started watching YouTube craft and I was like, oh my God, I have all this stuff that I need to make
Yeah.
make things with. I have. So for the most part, pretty much anything you ask, do I have it? Yes, I probably do somewhere in the house. And I'll know whether I have it or not. I just don't know where everything
my
is. That's my problem. Now I'm starting I'm trying
get it
to,
together. I
organize.
inherited all my grandparents' craft
I just had a good
bits and
idea.
pieces DIYs, and And then we had the lockdown hit, and I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do? And I started opening up some of the stuff, and that's when it hit me that at no better time than right now to learn how to crochet.
Oh, so you just started crocheting now? Like during the,
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
2020.
wow,
Yeah, by YouTube
you've come
University.
far.
Yep, because I had a box of I inherited all my grandparents' stuff, and I had a box of it, and it was already there.
That's funny because I
And I
got all
just,
my grandmother's crocheting stuff. She always
Mhm.
crocheted.
Yep.
But her too, she started doing it later in life because she was an artist. She usually painted paintings. And she went to art school in New York City for fashion
Oh
design.
wow!
Yeah. So like I knew she was always an artist, and every Sunday when I was a little girl, I would ask her to draw me a pretty girl. And she would, after dinner, she would draw, a girl wearing fashions like from the 40s. That's
Oh
how, like,
wow!
that's when she went and all that stuff. So I used to collect them every week, and I have a whole book full, right?
Beautiful.
So I don't know if my aunts and uncles didn't know their mother or something. I don't know
Or
because
just so used to it. They just get so used to it. My
no,
husband's
no, they
parents.
never even like they knew she was an artist, but they said I've never seen anything she's ever done. I was like, what do you mean?
Oh,
They were like, well, I've
okay.
seen all the things she crocheted. I was like, no, I'm talking about
That's
drawing.
artwork.
What I did for Christmas time one year is I did the whole family tree. I got all the paperworks from the people that came over to America on the boats, stayed at Ellis Island, all that stuff. I got all that information. Um, and I made a whole book for each aunt and uncle. And then at the end of the book, I made copies of all the pictures my grandmother had drawn, and I put that in there. When they got to that, they were all like, "Who drew these pictures? You?" And I said, "No." I was like, "Don't you see on the bottom? She would sign them by Nanny, because that's what she was to me. I
Oh,
had to call a
yeah.
nanny. So only one she signed Cecilia, but the rest she signed by Nanny. And they all looked, they were like, "I've never seen these pictures." And I was like, "Well, of course not. You weren't there on Sunday dinner, but we ate and she'd draw me the picture and give it to me. When
Yeah.
everybody was there was no time to draw. Like there was too many people. So she didn't draw when my aunts and everybody was there visiting, all my cousins or whatever. So like none of them ever knew she did this stuff. When it was just my mother, father, and I, it was just three of us. So I would say, Nanny, can you draw me? And she would. So like,
Yeah.
but none of my other cousins even knew she drew. And I was like, what? And then they all got mad. They were like, oh, that's because you're the favorite, which I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
You
knew
know,
I was the favorite grandchild. Only because I was the first. I wasn't the firstborn, but I was the first girl, and I think that's what it was.
and you probably put the time in. You probably put the emotional and got it back. Like in
I
my
think
family,
so.
my husband's parents, my husband and his brother, and all his grandparents, aunties, and uncles are like gallery artists. Like all their stuff, exhibitions.
Yeah,
So my children down, just it's a way of life. It's no, like um, it's the norm.
right.
Yeah. So they're like, oh yeah, such and such did that. Oh yeah, that's hanging around. Such and such do that. Maybe oh, it needs dusting. Do you know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? Like, yeah,
I
we
guess
need to
that's
get a bit
why
of
I
dust.
thought it was so normal to like draw those like
Yeah,
at 3 years old. I was
normal.
drawing like girls and stuff. Now it didn't look, like I would draw now, you know what I mean? It was a kid's drawing, but not of a 3-year old. Like when I look back,
Yeah,
most 3-year olds would draw stick figures, and I didn't.
yeah.
Like my mother, she would draw stick figures, and I'd be like, Ma, why would you make one line for the whole body? The body has at least two lines. Yeah. You have this side and you have this side. So that's two lines coming down. And then she'd look at me. All right, you smart ass. I'd
Do
be
you,
like,
do
no,
you
come on,
know?
draw with me. Because my mother would never draw with me. And
No.
the one time I had
Well,
her draw with me, she drew stick figures.
okay, I'm going to give you the stick figure story, okay? I'm your mother, make out. Okay, so my children would say to me, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Can you draw this for school? Rah, rah, rah. I can only draw stick figures. So you've got me married to an artist, right? Who, will go out somewhere and a kid will hand him a pencil and a paper plate and he would draw them a masterpiece. Or we would be sitting at a dining area and there would be a napkin and he'd have a pen in his pocket and
That was
he
my
would draw
grandfather.
a masterpiece on a napkin that you'd come home and he'd come to visit. You would have the paper plate from the barbecue magneted to your fridge, the napkin magneted to your fridge, and he'd be going, "Oh, if you want a real picture, I'll give you one." He goes, "What do you got that rubbish up there for?" Because that rubbish means the world to me. I've still got napkins and that sort of stuff from when we were younger.
Oh, yeah, see, that's nice. It's nice memories, and maybe
Yeah.
that's why I was so much closer to her too, because the
Yeah.
rest of them I mean, like my other cousin, and these are my first cousins, so like we should all be on equal footing, but like they didn't know anything about her, and I was like,
Yeah.
did we have the same grandmother? Like I don't know what woman you're talking about. Because they
Yeah.
would be like, oh, she didn't talk. She was so mean, and I was like, mean. She was never mean. She used to brush my hair. At 16 years old, she was brushing my hair and braiding it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So like,
Beautiful.
I don't know what they're. I was like, I don't know what grandmother you had. And they're like, oh, maybe because, well, those were from my uncles, and then they got divorced, so maybe they didn't see them that much. I don't know. Maybe that's why.
When my in-laws shifted to the retirement village, they were just throwing out some of their artwork because they just saw it as just messing, like getting, I don't know how to say, just from not prototypes, but just from ideas. All right. They were
Yeah.
painting down their ideas. Now, to me, they're work of arts. And I grabbed them from the trash pile.
I felt the
Right.
same way about my aunt got remarried. My aunt was 65 when she got remarried. Okay.
Yeah.
She's 75 now, so she's been married for 10 years. But
Yeah.
and her mother-in-law passed in 2016. She was 102 years old.
Yeah.
I used to, that was my job at the time. I took care of her. So
Yeah.
because they were both working and whatever. Or when they would go to church or choir practice, things like that,
Yeah.
I would go sit with her, and she'd sit there and she'd draw things and craft, and she loved crafting. Now, when
Yeah.
she passed, they put all her stuff that she made into a box and her craft supplies and stuff. And they were like, "Oh, well, I thought maybe you could use some of these craft." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'll take the supplies." And then I looked in there, and they were like, even her crafting projects, they threw all that stuff. Like,
Yes.
you just threw out all her, you were gonna. What if I said no? You were gonna just like toss this? And they were like, "Oh well,
Well,
what are we gonna do with it?" I was like,
did
"Well,
you grab it? I
yeah, I
grabbed,
got it all."
yeah, I've
They gave
put
me
it in a
everything.
field bag.
She had a whole big thing of all old vintage jewelry and stuff. They were just gonna toss it. I was like, "Oh no, I'll take
I
that."
found, they won't even hear this. I found the wedding album and I put it away. I found everything because I couldn't take it. And, but the paintings, I put them in a sealed bag. And I'm just going to let all the grandchildren just say what you want,
Yeah. Let them pick each one out, and then they could say my. It would be what, the great grandmother or the grandmother?
Yeah. It works that way. It works
It'd be
grandmother, great
great-grandmother, right?
grandmother. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
And they also became grandparents to my sister's kids. So it's not just that, it's other children too that they've had massive impacts in their lives of.
Yeah, right. That'll be nice. You maybe one holiday you put all the paintings out and you say, "All right,
Yeah.
which ones you want?" Hopefully they won't fight over.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Yeah,
All right.
that's looking good, Carolyn.
I didn't even do anything. I'm just laying stuff
No,
out.
but that's what I like watching, the thoughts, the thought process.
Mm-hmm. See what I have.
You see that rose there? I made a flower that looks like that out of from plastic spoons.
Oh, I've always seen
It,
that.
if you melt the plastic spoons, you can melt them and shape them. You heat them up over a candle, and then, but you got to make sure you don't get the
Melt
soot
them.
on them. You just keep, you
Oh,
have to
yeah,
keep
yeah.
moving it, and then you make it soft enough, and then I put those rubber things on my fingertips, and then shape them
Yeah.
into like rose petals,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just melt them all together to the one main spoon in the center, which
And you
that
spray
one
paint
you
it.
curl up, and then you connect all the ones around it. I've only done it once, but it's actually in my main. I guess you would call it my attic room. I don't know what to call it anymore. It used to be my art room, and then I don't know. I couldn't really go in that room anymore because it used to be my late son's bedroom, and
Yes.
I don't know. I just couldn't stay in that room. So that's now my storage room because I don't have an attic.
Mm-hmm.
My house was dormered. I have a double dormer, so my bedroom was the attic. This was like a, don't forget, Long Island. A lot of the houses out here were like summer cottages for the people who lived in the city. On the weekends, they would come out and stay here so that they had access to the beach and all that stuff. So this was really just a one bedroom house with the bedroom downstairs, but they had this humongous attic. I guess that's how they used to build houses back then. But that's why my ceilings downstairs are 9 feet tall, and then my
Oh,
bedroom
yeah.
upstairs is only 6 feet tall. But I'm only 5 foot tall, so it's tall to me.
They said it's very rare to find a 4-bedroom home here because it was more of a transient way of living.
Yeah,
And so, yeah, they only had few rooms. So most people have to add on as the family grow.
right, right. I remember that. Yeah, see, now I always assumed like houses, like my grandparents' house, they had 5 bedrooms, right?
Yeah.
So that seemed normal to me. And then I grew up in a 3 bedroom house. Now, when I got my house, it was marked 2/3 bedrooms because that other room that I'm talking about is really small, and it that part of the house wasn't dormered. That's the front of the house, so it's not dormered. So when you walk in, there's only 18 inches of straight ceiling, and then it starts slanting to this, on both sides.
Okay.
So you could only walk down the center. Oh, and when you first walk into the room, you have to walk around the chimney, which comes right through that um, part of the house. So you have to
Yes.
walk around the chimney, but remember to duck because the roof slants there and you'd hit your head. So to get in the room, you have to walk in and then duck and then go in. That's another thing. It's like going in and out of that room. It's a pain in the neck.
Yeah. Where I live, the whole town is on a lane. Everything is on a lane. Wherever you want to go, it is hard work. So if you the kids can't play marbles on any of my floor services because as soon as they put a marble down, it rolls.
Oh,
Mm.
my
And
I
if
had
they
to
spill
get
it,
my desk level. I had to put like rubber stamps, the wooden blocks.
oh yes,
I peeled the stamps off the wooden blocks and put the wooden
yes,
blocks just one side because I have a 6-inch pitch. The back of my house sunk down. This is before I lived here. I moved in here. When I
yes,
got here,
yes.
it was already like that. Um, but then when we moved in to get the approval for the loan, we had to put jacks in the basement
Oh yeah, lift it up.
to lift it up and keep it up there because they said it must have been sinking for years and nobody ever did anything about it. So, but that's because our water level is really high.
Yeah.
You dig down 6 feet and you hit water. So, like, I don't know how my basement isn't always, but that's why it's always so damp and I can't store anything down there, I guess.
Yeah.
Everything gets really moldy. So anything important I don't put down there. Which then I had the shed, which was fine. We built the shed and that's where I kept everything until the branch of a big tree came
Oh
down like a
no.
spear and went right through the roof. Now they patched it up, but it still leaks. So I
Still
don't
like
know. Now when I think of it, we built the shed. It's the size of a garage, but it's
oh wow, huge.
yeah, it's really big. It's 12 feet long by I think 8 feet wide, 8 by 12 or
Yeah.
something like that. My ex built that because he was a carpenter. But it's so old now. It's like really, it should have been
Yeah.
recovered and all that stuff. It's weathered and it's really shabby chic. How I like
Yeah,
to call
yeah.
it. And look,
Yeah.
it's naturally shabby chic.
You know, I look at the thing Carolyn's making, I envision it as a clutch purse.
Handle.
Yeah, with a handle and the beautiful, and all you have to do is give it sides and a back, and you've got a nice little solid clutch purse. Just don't stab anybody with it if you lift it up. I'm
I love that
currently
trim with the flowers.
sorry.
I said, I love that trim with the flowers.
Oh yeah.
The little rosebuds. I have a strand or two of that somewhere, but not that color. I think it's like a darker
Hmm.
red, I think. I don't
I
know.
reckon I've seen it around I don't like the word like the medieval, but that other seen it around a dress that Esther has for reenactments.
You like Edwardian? Is that what you?
No, for it's medieval, like Merida, the Brave, and
Oh,
back,
yes, yes, okay. With the
yeah,
red
yeah,
hair, she's got the red hair, right?
yeah,
Red curly hair.
yeah. I
Then
help her
you ever
with
watch? Do you watch the show Bridgerton?
yes,
I love it. I
yes.
just watched it. I just watched it for a third time.
Mm.
The whole series. I love that show.
I
I love
help
the
Esther with all my
clothes and dresses they wear. The
yeah,
the girl Kate, I love her clothes the best.
yeah.
Because she wears all like ice blue velour and blue dark midnight satin and things like that and brocade and
I help Esther with all her costumes. One dress we even got from the thrift shop, and it was just an old vintage wedding dress, and we dyed
oh,
it. We dyed it. Oh, it was
I found my
gorgeous.
wedding dress.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, still fits.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
I had it in
Well,
when I first got it, I had it put in that box that seals it and keeps it airtight so that it
yeah. Did you
never
put it in blue
yellows and
paper
stuff.
or anything? Did you put it
What?
in blue tissue paper? Did you put it in blue tissue paper?
Um, no, like the place did it themselves. Like there's like a clear window you can
Okay,
see
yeah,
through
yeah.
it, but it opens like a book and it has a cover, and then
Oh,
you can
wow.
look in it. But I had that when I first moved in. I put it down in the basement, and the
Oh,
mold ate right through the box.
but was it sealed? Was the dress okay?
There were certain spots that were
Yeah.
no good, like moldy. But you know what I did? I cut off like part of the hem, and I
Yes.
made my daughter's bouquet when she got married.
Oh, the flowers. You made this or ribbon.
I used the not brocade. What is that called? The appliques. Like I
Yeah.
used that and I wrapped that around the handle piece.
Oh, beautiful.
So it's like when she went down the aisle, it was with part of my wedding dress.
Yeah.
And then she wanted she for her thing. It was all like the big. I don't know if they were peonies or roses, but they were like a light pink with the green going through it. And then on the bottom, I put in not the begonia, wisteria.
Yes.
I put the wisteria hanging down the front, like the long dangles,
Yeah.
the front of the bouquet, down on the bottom, dangling down. I didn't use real flowers. We used silk, but
Yeah, me too.
they were
My sister used my sister used your real flowers. They were so heavy that we had to put them down eventually. After they were just so heavy.
yeah. See, I had real flowers at my wedding, but my thoughts were when I went on my honeymoon, we went in it we had a two floor suite. So when you walked in, it was like the living room, and then there was the spiral staircase that went up to the bedroom. Well, when we got there,
Yeah.
we walked in through the living room part, and I put the bouquet down on the table in the living room. And then we went up the spiral staircase, and we never came back down because there was a door on that floor. So we would just always leave and come back through the
Yeah.
upstairs door. So when we left, I left the bouquet there. I didn't realize it until months later. I was like, what did I do with my bouquet? Why don't I have it? And then I
Oh,
realized I was like, I left it at the hotel.
yeah.
Oh well. But besides that, I was like, because my daughter was like, should I have real flowers or, do the silk ones? Because we made the bouquets for all of her girls, which the girls all wore like purple and I wouldn't really say it was red, but like I guess rusty color. Got married in September, so we made the bouquets. They were begonias that were like purple and reddish, and they were the
Yeah.
opposite. The girls dressed in purple carried the rust and red bouquets, and the the girl who wore red carried the purple ones. And then we were trying to decide whether she wanted real flowers or not.
Yeah.
And then I sort of talked her into getting the silk ones, only because I was like, when you're done, you'll have the bouquet forever. And she was like, oh, you're right. So she has them there in her piano room up on the top of a hutch. She's got a
Oh,
vase
gorgeous.
there with those flowers dangling down out of it. It was a beautiful bouquet.
I'd rather do artificial bouquets, the ones where you put in extras like the diamantes, the pearls,
Yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah, I did all
I'd
that.
rather do, yeah.
I did the
But
pearls down the soft.
I have done the Australian native bouquets. They make me really, really sick. So you have to be very, very special in my life to do an Australian native bouquet.
What kind of flowers are those? What is?
Bottle brushes and what else?
Oh, okay.
I like working with blue gum, but all of these, and you got to be careful where you touch them and how you hold them. And
Oh, too much for me.
yeah, me too. They look good, but they make me sick.
My daughter played she got her VHS working and she played the video of it's my parents, my ex, my daughter when she was 3, and myself. We're all swimming in the pool. And then we get out of the pool and my mother's dancing. And then I'm playing with my dog Candy, who looks
Yeah.
just like my dog Benji, only like triple the size because Benji is 9 pounds and Candy was 25 pounds. But dog looks the same.
Yeah.
But we were watching it and Benny was looking and we kept saying, look, that's mommy and Mima. And he was laughing.
Gorgeous.
But that's what I was getting at. I would have sworn, I don't remember that day because if you had asked me, I would have sworn that my father never went in the pool.
Oh.
He never went in. Like I remember when I was a little girl, I remember him going in once. But yeah, I would have sworn like, no, he never went in the pool. And seeing that video, I'm like, he was in the pool. And my daughter was shocked. She was like, people went into pools. I was like, right? I would never thought because he wasn't an outside person at all. He
Yeah.
hated being outside. I guess because he worked outside all day. So when
Yeah.
he came home, he was like, nah, I don't want to go outside. I want to go sit in my chair, watch my show and relax. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was really nice seeing that.
Yeah. Special memories.
Oh, and I told you, my daughter used to dance in competitions for over 10 years. We traveled all over and she would dance, right? Then when she was 16, she stopped dancing. I just found out that she's going to be in the recital is coming up next weekend. And,
Yeah.
Dominic's going to be in it. Of course, he's been in it now. This is his 6th year. But I just found out my daughter's going to be in the show too.
Oh, wow.
Her and all of her friends that they all grew up together dancing, and they're still those are her best friends and everything. They're putting on a special number for the owners because it's their 45th anniversary.
Oh, beautiful.
And he originally to open up the dance studio, he won Star Search. This is going back 45 years ago.
Yeah.
So he danced in Star Search and won, and it was a $10,000 prize. He took that $10,000 and opened up his first studio. Now he's got 4 studios.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't wait because they're going to be surprised. They did it's not just one dance, it's a medley of all the dances they have done over the years.
Beautiful.
So I haven't seen the dance. Like I said, I didn't even know about it until last night, only because usually Dominic dances on Saturday night in the recitals, but this year he's doing at noon, he's in that show. And my daughter's in the 8 o'clock show. So I wouldn't be there otherwise, because if they were dancing at the same show, I would have been there already in the audience, and I would have seen my daughter come out on the stage and been surprised. So she had to tell me though, because I wasn't going to be
different fitting. So what kind of dance does Dominic do?
He does hip hop.
Hip hop, awesome.
Yeah. And Angela does, she did tap, jazz, ballet, point, lyrical, and hip hop.
Wow.
And then she would have, when she was in competition, it was always 8 or 9 numbers that they would do. So it was a lot of costumes, a lot of costume changes. Yeah. I'll never forget, I had to give birth to Dominic. I went into labor too early. And it was the week of, which we used to call Hell Week, because that week was with the rehearsals, and especially because they were in so many numbers, they would rehearse like a different number and there's the 4 studios, so you would see the same number 4 times in a row for like dress rehearsals.
Yes.
So they couldn't do like the whole show in one time. It would be
Sitting. Yeah.
the same, and she would do maybe 3 dances per day. But we had to keep going back for the dress rehearsals every day. And it was always the second week in June, which they were all in school. So it was like right from school, we'd go to dress rehearsals and then home, and school and dress rehearsals and home. Plus then getting ready, the rehearsals on the weekends, they would dance, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours every Saturday and Sunday.
Unreal.
It really was. And so we used to call it Hell Week. And I was trying so hard not to have to give birth right before that, because I was like,
Yeah.
I know what Hell Week is like. And then
Nobody
I
got
went-
time for having a baby.
I went in, right? I went in, I was so upset because I wasn't supposed to be due until, let me see, what, it was June. I think I was supposed to be due on June 28th. And then they set up the C-section on June 21st. And I was like, that's not good, because that's going to be the beginning of Hell Week. So I can't do it. And then I went in on the 19th. I went into labor. I asked them to do it on the 16th. I said, let me do the C-section on June 16th. This way I'll have time. I can come home. Then I could do Hell Week and then, do the recital. And my doctor said, no, the 16th is way too early. And then I went into labor on the 19th anyway.
Yeah.
But so that morning, like I went into labor the night before. The next morning, when I got my daughter up to go to school, I said, all right, look, I put all your costumes in each different bag. It's the costume, the stockings, the hair bow or treatment, and the shoes that have to go with that costume. Now each bag, it's written on there which costume is in which bag, and then they're all in one big main bag. I said, so you just have to have your father bring this whole bag with you for the dress rehearsals and all that stuff. And she just looked at me and she was like, why are you telling me this? I was like, because I'm in labor, so I have to go have the baby today. And her eyes got really big and wide, and she was like, why are you so calm? I was like, because it's my 3rd one. I know I have time.
Yeah.
I couldn't go natural ever. So it just never
Yeah.
worked. That door stayed closed. I don't know why.
Yeah, for some people it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. That was the time I went to the hospital, and then my father drove me because my husband had already left for work, and he worked upstate New York, so he had to drive upstate every day. So I knew he was up there, and I called up his boss because we didn't have cell phones back then. I called up his boss and said, I'm going to the hospital now. I'm in labor. Can you just let him know when he gets to his stop? And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll tell him. But he was upstate in this really big truck, and I guess he was speeding to come down to the hospital. So the cops pulled him over. And it was like that typical, like, oh no, my wife, she's in labor, she's gonna have a baby. And the cop was like,
Yeah.
okay, give me your license. And he was like, no, I'm serious. I have to go. I can't stay long. And the cop he said, all right. He said, then follow me. So the cop drove all the way from upstate, all the way down to Long Island, and came to the hospital with him.
Yeah.
And when he jumped out of the truck, and then his partner was like, all right, well, I'll take the truck back to work. And the cop came in and actually came into my room to see me. And I was there, and he was like, oh, you really are in labor? And I was like, yeah. And the cop was like, oh, well, congratulations, sir. And he was like, thanks for getting me here fast, because he did drive. The cop drove fast and, got him there fast. Yeah, police escort. If I hadn't been there, he probably would have went to jail.
Yeah.
You lied and you sped and all that.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Water. No water. Oh wait, it's a little bit.
And
Med check.
crocheting. Sorry, love.
It said med check.
Head check.
Time to take your meds. I should have taken it earlier.
Well, I know it all too.
I usually take it at 10, but I forgot.
Was Scooter in the chat? Let's see.
Um,
You said before somebody said hi, Scooter.
yeah, early on. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
I don't know where. Oh, I was
Don't
watching
forget
on
to
the TV. I paused it and it paused everything.
Don't forget to hit the like button.
Oh, well, he's trying to get in.
Oh, see, that's when I paused it.
I don't know what I did this morning. Wow.
I should have just muted it.
Oh, Sandy let the dogs out and then the baby ducks were playing.
Oh,
Baby ducks are playing
Yeah.
at night.
She would have woken them up with the dogs, taken the dogs out. Well,
Oh,
that's if they're where they were last time. Because the chickens are in the playpen, aren't they? I don't know where the baby ducks are.
don't know. I can't- Hmm.
Oh, they got their second win, Carolyn. The
Oh,
ducks
yeah.
got their second.
Second and
I'm hungry.
I haven't been hungry at all today. I had to force myself to eat something at 10:30, otherwise I was gonna get sick because I had to take my vitamins. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It was me today. I never ate yesterday, but I had pizza today. So
Oh, yeah.
I sometimes I forget to eat, or like I don't have the time to eat
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
to eat I have to cook something, but I don't have the time to stand there and cook to eat because I'm busy. I'm trying to do this desk thing, and I keep saying, "All right, let me just do this, and then I'll go get something to eat." But then, like, oh, look, I could put this here. Oh, let me move. Oh, wait, no, I'll move these over here so that I could reach when I have to do. Oh, let me put that. And then before I know it, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Dominic's walking in the house. I'm like, oh, like I did this for so long, and no wonder I can't move.
Yeah.
And then I go downstairs, and it's like now I have to stand here and cook. Like I can't. Luckily, I went down, and Jay was like, I got pizza. I was like, oh, thank you. This way I could just eat now. And then I came upstairs and lay down and fell asleep.
Yeah. A pizza coma.
Yeah. See, that was earlier now. I'm hungry. Oh, I have my crackers here. I have chicken bite crackers.
What kind
Yum.
of crackers?
Chicken bites?
Oh, chicken bites.
They're the Great Value brand, but I think they're chicken in a basket. I think they're called. the other brand. Ooh, and I have onion dip. Eat them with onion dip. I don't have chips. I bought chips and onion dip, and then I forgot I had the dip, and I ate all the chips. And now I still have the onion dip.
I hate that.
I had such a craving for it. That's why I bought that, and then I totally forgot I had it.
Do you ever make toast and put it on toast when you've done that?
The onion dip? No, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Sandy had saltine crackers with butter. We had spaghetti tonight, and last night we had homemade chicken masalas.
Masala, yeah.
I just found out there's this guy from he's in Britain, and this young guy who looks at all American things and then like says the differences between.
Recreation. Oh yeah.
I don't know his name. It's like TMC or I forgot what his name is. But anyway, he said that like, which I didn't know, they eat beans on toast a lot
Yes.
in Britain, and it's like they were asking these Americans like, do you eat beans on toast? And people were like, what? They were like,
As in baked beans.
yeah, baked beans.
Yeah,
But
we do too.
oh, see, yeah, it must be that because we don't eat it that way. You either eat baked beans that they're a side dish, or you eat them on a hot dog, but you
With
don't.
sausage.
I mean, we
Yeah.
yeah, but like, I would never think to put beans on toast because it's so messy. I don't get it.
Mhm.
Like it would,
And do
the
you know those
beans would
toasty
fall
toast-
off. The juice would drip all over. No.
Do you know that toasty machine? The thing you put bread in, one down, one on top. And you
Yeah.
put the lid down and you squash them between each other.
Oh yeah, like those sandwich squeeze things. Yeah, I used to have one.
Yeah. The one though, the one that's molded like a clam.
Yeah.
You can put baked beans and tin spaghetti and cheese and yeah. You
I
could
used to
do
use that
beans
years
and
ago.
eggs and, yeah, beans, eggs and sausage and cheese.
Making pancakes once in that.
Oh yeah.
Came out all right, but to get the inside to really, really cook, the
Yeah,
outside had to be like
that'd be-
really dark, which was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay because then you could hold it with your hand, just dip it into the syrup and eat it like that.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll be right up. I forget.
Heard a lady today, she's like, put pancake batter in your French toast and you'll think, man, like she didn't even say how much or whatever she's talking about, but she said
Yeah.
put pancake batter in your French toast and your French toast will come out crispy or something. I don't know what the heck she was talking
Oh, never even.
about. I don't know what she was talking about. No.
Oh, chicken masala. Talk to Tex. Okay.
I'm back. Got my bit.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Back. I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use that. I'm not using that.
no, don't even bother. Not
I'm
happening.
not.
As soon as I stuck my hand in the box, the dog turned and looked at me.
Yeah, they come running.
He's giving me those big eyes with the whites on the bottom.
Yep.
I know something else for some. Get here and I think, and then I have, I have all this inspiration when I'm not like, I don't know, and then I get
Too
all,
many
And then
options.
yeah, it's not even too many. I don't know what it is.
For me, I suffer from that all the time. I have too many options that I can't decide, and then I end up
I
making
can't
nothing.
commit. Yeah. Too many options and the glue gun's there and and it's like, oh, I don't know if I can commit.
Right.
What is it? So, cucumbers. So, I don't know. So, tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah. And ask me what I want for my birthday. And that's another thing. There's so many times I think of, oh, that's what I'm going to ask them for my birthday. And then when they ask me, I don't remember. And I can't remember, even if I try to remember. Happens to me all the time. I'll go, oh, that's something good. I'll ask them to get me that for my birthday. And then I totally forget.
Then a week after your birthday, you have to get all your birthday presents. Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted.
That's what I wanted. Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, but Gia wanted to go out tonight, and I said, and my son said, you want to go out next Friday? We do. We've got to celebrate my birthday, Gia's birthday, Mother's Day, and then we've got to have a birthday cake for everybody, and including my son, because we went on his birthday. We had the birthday cake, but everybody was still full at dinner. We said, we'll have it tomorrow. And then Jimmy got sick. So we've had to do a do-over on the cake. Oh my gosh. So yeah. And then when my daughter comes home, we'll have to do her birthday. And Ethan's graduation. It's like crazy in the next few weeks. But I've got Gia's stuff. I just can't.
Yeah, Dominic's birthday's in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. And she and I are getting involved in a little business venture, which I'll, but it'd be fun there. Oh, and then it's Roman's birthday too, on my mother's birthday. Oh boy.
I'll probably just take Dominic to Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, tomorrow's the 31st, right? Tomorrow's the 31st.
Yeah.
These last few days of May have like been going by so slow.
Oh, look how tan you got. I just realized.
What?
you took your watch off or your bracelet or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What tan you got?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how I always start my tan in Edisto. And my cousin's down there right now, Sandy, and I'm gonna try to get him to get us another bag of Spanish moss, because I have to talk to you. I'm having Jimmy ask him, so he'll do it. He had to put his cat to sleep yesterday, so.
Uh,
He's coming back, I think, on the 5th. Oh, yeah, and then we have my aunt's 100th birthday party. We're celebrating that on the 8th.
wow, 100. Wow.
Yeah, she turned 100 already the other day, but they're having a big party, you know, down in New York. So we're gonna go to that. So yeah, June is like whirlwind. And then Ethan's leaving on a cruise for, oh, Ethan won't even be able to go to my birthday dinner because we'll have to have something before, because he's leaving on the 5th. And I think it's the 6th when my son said we're gonna go to. Yeah, so we'll have to. Oh my gosh, it's Bermuda. No, we didn't have a senior trip to Bermuda, and we lived in a ritzy area. We didn't go to Bermuda on our senior trip. I don't think we didn't have no, our senior trip was to Action Park.
I was just going to say that Great Adventure. That's where everybody used to go.
Yeah, we used to go that for 8th grade and stuff, but our senior trip was to Action Park. My daughter laughs because they made that documentary about Action Park, about all the like how unsafe it was and everything.
Oh, really?
The very thing that we were going down on the ski slope where they put like these cement tracks and you ride down in this kind of like this scooter that has like a stick shift. You know what I'm talking about? And you ride down in these tracks and you're not wearing a helmet or I don't think there was no helmet or anything. And you're riding down the ski slopes. So you go up on a chairlift. Okay, because now it's the summer and they're not skiing. So they put these very thin, narrow cement tracks down the ski slope. And then they let like the kids go and race each other on these like little scooters things that you sit on, and it has like a shifter thing that you go faster or slower. And that was like the one thing that I really liked doing there. That was like one of the most dangerous things they wrote about in the documentary. How many kids got so hurt on that.
I never did like when we went, it wasn't even, I mean, my year, my friends and I and my boyfriend, we didn't go to Great Adventure. We went out to the Hampton. We went to Montauk Point. That was the other thing.
Oh yeah, you go after the prom, everybody went to the shore the next day. But
my year, it was a disaster. Everything went wrong. We went to the prom.
Everything goes wrong for you, Bucky.
It does. We went to the prom and the waiter hit my boyfriend in the eye with the tray. His eyeball got scratched from that. So like it just kept tearing the whole night. But when he hit him in the eye, it made the tray tip and all the bowls of salad came flying and landed in my lap.
Oh my God.
Luckily, we had just finished taking the pictures. You know, they have the little room set off on the side. Take the pictures, so we did.
Yes.
We had our prom at the Huntington Townhouse, which was like a big deal on Long Island. It's gone now, but it was a big deal back then. So now he's hit in the eye, and now I have, you know, I mean, it's pure oil, salad dressing all over my lap and everything. I had to go clean it. By the time I got back, the girls weren't there. I said, "Where are the girls?" Oh, they went to the bathroom. I was like, I was just in the bathroom. They had gone out on the dance floor to dance, but now I couldn't see them. And the guy said, "Oh, they went to the bathroom. I didn't know they were dancing." So I missed out on all the dancing. They came back and they were, I said, "Oh, come dance with me. I want to go. Oh, I'm tired. We've been dancing all this while." Like, all right, thanks. Okay. I was busy cleaning off oil off my dress. But anyway, that night going home, his oil light went on in his car and started blinking or whatever. So the next day we go to drive out to Montauk. His engine blows in his car. Pull off to the side. Now we were following my friends, so we had the car towed. But then they said, "Well, jump in the car with us. We'll go to Montauk." I said, "Okay." We get out to Montauk Point. We're unloading the car with all the food and everything to get to the beach or the rocks, whatever's out there. And I'm carrying a bag. I carry a bag. I put it down on the bench. I turn around. There's a cop standing there. And he says, "What's in the bag?" So I looked. I said, "I don't know." Because I didn't. It was just in the car. I carried it. It was the 6-pack of beer. You're not allowed to have beer in a state park. So I got a ticket and all this stuff. So now I'm just thinking I got to go home and tell my parents I got a ticket for having beer. Even though it wasn't mine, there were 3 19-year-old guys that could have said, "No, that was mine." I was only 17. No, I wasn't even. I was still 16. Right? Wait. What was I 17? I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was against the law because I was underage. And I turned and I looked at the guys and I was like, "You were over 19. None of you could stand up and say it was your beer?" Because it wasn't my beer. I didn't drink beer. And they just all looked at me, of course, like, oh. So now all I kept thinking of was I have to go home and tell my parents that I got a ticket and that we have to go to Southampton to go to court the day after my graduation. I'm starting off really good. I didn't get in trouble or anything because they said it was a first offense and whatever. But I told the judge, I was like, it wasn't even my beer. I was just carrying the food from the car
Just holding it for friend.
table. So yeah, I'd like a prom do-over. Didn't turn out very well. Then I was like, maybe we should have just gone to Great Adventure because we would have went on the bus with everybody else. They had a bus going there. Oh, wait, and that's I just realized I forgot the end of the story. I said I was very worried all day long having to tell my parents. So I said to my friends, "Well, what time do you think we're going to be leaving here?" And they looked at me and they were like, "Oh, we're going to spend the night out on the beach. We're staying all night long." I was like, "I can't stay out overnight. I'm going to get home tomorrow and tell my parents, oh, yeah, the way I got a ticket yesterday. And I stayed out overnight." And again, no cell phones. We were, I don't know, there were probably payphones somewhere on the beach, I guess. But I ended up making my friends take me to the train station, Montauk Point, and I had to take that train home for 2.5 hours. I had to sit on the train and then have somebody, well, my boyfriend called up his mother and she came to pick us up and then dropped me off. And then I had to go in and tell them the news. I was so scared. I was like, they're going to kill me. They were calm about it. know kids always tend to think the worst is going to happen, and then the parents don't react. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. We know you don't drink, and blah blah blah, and wasn't your fault. Messed up weekend. Right, puppy dog? Yeah. So boo, thumbs down on the prom. That's what it was. Yeah.
I have to go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow.
Hobby Lobby.
They opened one by me, and by me is like 40 minutes from me, but
Oh God.
there was a reason I have to go there. I don't know what it is though. Yeah, well, I have to go grocery shopping anyway, so I think I'll go in that direction. I don't know.
Actually, if I drove 40 minutes from any direction in my house, there's a Hobby Lobby. There's 4 Hobby Lobbies that I would get to.
Yeah,
There's one like 15 minutes away to the east, 15 minutes away to the west. There's none to the south because I'm on the South Shore, but there's 2 on the North Shore. I've been to all of them too. Why, I don't know, because Hobby Lobby is Hobby Lobby. It's pretty much the same.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't
It
know.
used to be a Michael's like 5 minutes away from, but that closed. And then I had a Joann's that was like 4 minutes away from me, and that just closed.
Right. I don't know.
I think Jay's home. I'll be right back.
I don't know. You're getting 4 more next week. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. It's funny. Honey? Beach view. So those, let me see. Now your son has joined the call. Let me see what's going on. You know what? She just said something about prom night, and something that came up in my feed. It says murder on prom night. Believe it or not, it's listening to us. Right under this video. Crazy. Crazy.
I'm back. Pouring raining out again.
Is it Jimmy said we might get thunderstorms or something, and I was sorting shells and I left some out. Now they're gonna get all wet. Imagine that, shells getting wet.
Hurry up, get them out.
I know, get them out of the rain. Oh dear. All right, I'm gonna put these beads back. I'm tired of working with you beads. Tired of it. Tired of it. Okay.
I've been trying to get like my yard cleaned up. You know, trim the bushes, all that kind of stuff. Dominic said he'll help me. I said, all right, great. It's been raining ever since he said that.
Oh, yeah, I know. I want to power wash my back deck so badly. But it's either been cold or raining.
My grass is like, I don't know, 6 inches tall, foot tall. I don't know. It's got to be mowed. The shrubs are overhanging the driveway now. Benj, are you on the TV box? What are you doing? I looked and the channels were flying through. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. When I walked in the room, I heard you saying something was crazy.
Oh,
I found a lot of my shells.
you what?
I found a lot of my shells. Because I had one box that I knew where it was, right? But I've got like 4 or 5 boxes, but I didn't know where they were. So now I found them.
There's certain ones I've got to find.
I'm doing the right thing though. I'm writing on each box. I'm writing everything that's in the box. This way, when I have to look for something, I don't have to say, "Oh, where is that? And what box is it in?" I'll know. I guess that's what's taken me longer than just putting my desk back together. But if I just throw everything all over, I'll be in the same mess I've been in. That I don't know where anything is. Like this is my chance to organize everything. I'm getting all my wood together, like everything. Anything that's wood can be in one place now. Rather than having my wooden blocks in one place and I have the tree slices in another place. That's all wood that should be all together. I even found the glittery watercolor paints that Linda sent me. I found them because I haven't been able to find them for, I don't know, a year. I found them now. Oh, this guy's making a good looking sandwich. I don't know what that is. What is this? You know what it is? I'm hungry. Oh, diners, drive-ins, and dives. Never seen this before. It wasn't very satisfying, the crackers with the dip. I don't know why.
I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Do not know what I want to do.
I had to get Dominic's medicine the other day. I go there and the pharmacist tells me, the doctor doesn't accept my insurance, the Medicaid for Dominic, right? So I looked at him and I was like, what does the doctor taking Medicaid have to do with the drugstore and the medication? Like, in other words, my doctor doesn't accept my insurance. I get United Healthcare.
Meaning that he won't, yeah, right, he won't write a script though, because, he's not gonna do that for free. If he
Right,
can't
well,
bill, if he
but if
can't
you-
bill someone for the office visit or whatever it is, then he's not gonna write the script.
Right, well, but that's what I mean. So, yeah, like, for me, I go to my doctor, I pay him cash, and then he writes out the script, and CVS fills out my medication through, United Healthcare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so when he said, well, the doctor doesn't take Medicaid, I looked at it, I was like, what does how I paid the doctor have to do with the medication? She
Because
wrote
they,
out the prescription, I got the prescription, I gave it to you. Now you have to fill it out. I've been doing it this way for 9 years. I don't know what you're talking about. So that's why he just kept saying that over and over again. So I called up the doctor, and the doctor says, "What does that have to do with it? It has nothing." She said, "First of all, I do accept the insurance, so he's wrong with that."
oh, okay.
And but that had whether your doctor takes the medication, the insurance or not, has nothing to do with you getting your
Well,
prescription.
I would just think that they wouldn't write for you if they don't take the insurance.
Yeah, but if you pay them cash, what do they care?
Oh, okay, so you're all right, I missed that.
Yeah, the doctor would still get, but I don't have to pay, not for Dominic. He's covered. He's on Medicaid. So the doctor's getting paid by Medicaid, and his medication comes through Medicaid. But the pharmacist was trying to tell me that it wasn't covered, and they wanted $1,600. I was like, what? And then he says, oh, well, he says, if we use the direct RX card, it'll cut it down to $750.
Huh.
And I looked at it, I said $750 for 1 month's worth of medication. And he goes, yeah, he goes, well, it's because of your doctor. I was like, it has nothing to do with the doctor. I was like, do you not understand? And then I tried to explain it to him. I said, do you understand? My doctor doesn't accept my insurance, but I still get my insurance, still pays for my prescription. I was like, it's two separate bills. One's doctor, one's prescriptions. And he kept insisting, but the doctor was right. She said, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And she called him up and told him, like, what are you talking about? Filling a prescription has nothing to do with how the doctor gets paid. But it turned out, I mean, they take Medicaid, so. And that's just it. I mean, everything's the same for the last 9 years. He's been going. All of a sudden, there's a problem with it.
I'm back.
Hello, back.
My kid's checking in on me.
Who?
My kids, they're all just checking in on me. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's early in the day there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only almost 2:30 in the afternoon.
That's so funny.
I know.
So it's 2:30 on Saturday, right?
Yep, 2:24 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it's.
And they have
Oh,
a
actually, it's
face light.
Saturday here too. I just realized it's Saturday morning. It's 12:54.
Yeah,
We're in the same day.
we are.
Wish I had the nail trimmers. My dog is just laying here. Let me separate his toes and move all the hair out of the way.
When I
Right.
was in labor with my first child, my mum goes to me, I wish I had some tweezers right now. You wouldn't even notice if I attacked your eyebrows. Take them off. Ah,
Laying on his back, belly up,
Just do
got his
it.
foot up in the air, standing up straight. He doesn't even care. Look, squeezing his foot. He squeezed the feeties. He doesn't care.
I'm crocheting around the neck of 2 dresses, and I cut off some arms off another dress. Well, not just so they're not so long. And I crocheted around them to give them just a different look.
Yeah.
Just making some dresses a bit better and be a bit more me. But it's very, very fine crocheting.
I watched this girl. She made her own wedding dress. She crocheted it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not that dedicated.
Yeah, she was saying how long it took her. It took months, and how many
Yeah.
skeins of yarn, because she had
Oh my
that
God.
very fine, like it was really,
Yeah.
really fine. But she made it really
Oh,
full gown, and it was very. She said it was very heavy.
it would have been heavy too. Sandy's doing the flower curtain for Scooter.
You still
She's
doing it?
crocheting. Yeah, yeah.
Scooter, you should feel bad about how much work you're putting that woman through. So ridiculous.
Oh, my wrist
Sorry,
is
I'm
killing.
sorry that my friend is making you do that, Sandy.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, I should have got water while I was down there.
And she's going to the amusement park while you're sitting there doing that.
It's 61 degrees where Sandy is.
It's what, 51?
61.
Wow. So I put the little beads on the little tab.
Oh,
That's
pretty.
cute.
And then you just tie a little knot up here. And you can put nothing on the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
See, these guys, they're eating ribs now. That I could go for.
Ribs.
Smoked ribs, yeah. Putting
Ribs.
Oh, and they're making a brisket too. They're putting all the rub on it. And coleslaw
Oh, yum.
and sausages. Oh, I want food. Oh, look
Sounds
at the
beautiful,
ribs. My
Whitey.
mouth is
All the
watering.
dress.
What?
When I was going for fittings for my grade 12 graduation dress, the lady seamstress was making a wedding dress for a very affluent couple, and the dress was $100,000. She sewed every rhinestone.
Wow.
I sewed in every pearl, top, bottom layer in my wedding veil. It was my mum's wedding veil, and it was like not Brodie Glace. It was like it had this embellishment in the work, and I sewed pearls in between it. I pricked my finger, and I was just quickly trying not to get drops of blood on this.
Don't it
My
help
mum's
you all over
wedding
the
veil.
wedding veil, yeah.
Yeah. My sister wore my mum's coat train, and I wore the veil. We got the veil professionally dry cleaned, and you know, when you do veils, you separate the whatever the veil is made from, the chiffon, the whatever it is, till they, and you take the headpiece and you clean them separately, differently. Okay.
Right.
This company did it together and wrecked the headpiece.
I was gonna say everything probably fell off.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
said the dry
ribbon,
cleaning
everything
machines.
just perished. It literally just perished.
When you
And
throw
so,
stuff in the dry cleaning machine, like everything, they throw it. It's like a washing machine. They just throw everything in it.
Yeah.
Together.
So, Mum just bought me something new to go with it, and so to make her beautiful veil, I just sewed in the pearls that match the headpiece. You're absolutely stunning. Bringing something old to new.
Funny because like about a month ago, I wore my veil.
Did you?
At the grocery store?
No, just to my bedroom, but
I get carried it. Do you
I
know
re-
I have
I found it in the other room. I put it on and came to look in the mirror. I was like, oh, look, there's my veil. I
I've
put
still
it
got
pulled
mine
down.
and my sister's communion veils because I didn't know what to do with them. And Mum had to clean out, like, well, when my mum also moved into a retirement village, and I didn't know what, like, I just put them away because I didn't know what to do with them. So I've still got mine and my sister's communion veils.
Hmm.
They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Tiny, really tiny.
What about like your grandchildren? Are they can make their communion? You could maybe pass it down
Different
style.
fellowships. Different fellowships.
Hmm. Yes, yeah, I didn't make my communion until I was 16. So yeah,
I did
I didn't
I
dress in
did
it.
it all. Yeah, I did it all
I
through
mean, not
school.
I didn't dress in any. I didn't. I wore a dress, but not. It was
Yeah,
pink. I wore a pink dress.
yeah. I did a my sister and I were cotton brodie anglaise dresses, and we did it through school, the Catholic school. We did our reconciliations, communions, confirmations, and all as we worked through. So I couldn't part with them, so they're in a little bag in my linen cupboard. It's okay. They will be there for a reason. Something will come up, and they will be needed. Because I can't part with them.
They go nice in a journal.
Yeah,
You can put the the veil over the cover of the journal. But
yeah.
bunched up or something. You know.
Let's see, what is giving me?
Or you could put it in a frame with a picture. You could put both thing and then put a picture of you and your sister when you made your communion in there with it. Like a little
Yeah.
shadow box type thing, or oh, now they're making barbecue chicken.
Oh, gosh.
With French fries. At a place called Grinders. Oh, now they're making pork rinds. Not a big fan of
Sounds
pork
good.
rinds, but I'm hungry now,
Oh,
so
lo-
it's looking
I
good.
can't eat it anymore, but oh, love it.
Yeah, I ate them once. I mean, I liked them, but they gave me such a gallbladder attack.
Yeah, that I can't eat it. Like crunch, like hard, but I can't eat any of it.
Oh, they're deep frying them. They're all crispy, nice. Oh, I'm so hungry. My mouth is literally watering watching.
Go get some peanut butter. Do you have some peanut butter?
I do.
Have an apple and peanut butter?
I think I'm gonna have a mango slice. I have dried mango slices.
Oh, yum. Oh, my wrist is killing me. I'm not giving up. It's got to be done. This is going in the suitcase. Sooner they're done. But keep going. You've got to finish some work in progresses too. I've got too many whips on the go. Oh, that's cool, Carolyn.
The vintage weed.
Pretty.
Nice.
Full tags. Um,
Oh, you know what I watched the other day, Colin?
what?
It's the is it the best miniature contest thing?
Oh, yeah?
And they have it starts with like 10 people and they're given a quick challenge. They have to make something. Um
Miniature. Oh, I
yeah,
love
they had to
miniature.
make like a hat and a pair of shoes. So everybody did that. Whoever won
Oh,
that,
really?
they won. Like they wouldn't get thrown out if they had to build like these doll houses. I mean, they had 10 hours to make it.
10 hours
These
to make
little
a
hats
dollhouse?
too.
They actually made, yeah, they had to make doll houses right then and there, right on the spot.
From scratch?
Yeah.
But with what were their raw materials?
Well, some were using wood. Some used the white foam board. But these houses
Cardboard.
were unbelievable. Some of them were beautiful.
In 10 hours?
Yeah.
Was it a team or just one person?
No, one person each had to make their separate houses.
Oh my
This one guy
gosh.
made this big, gigantic house, and it was beautiful, but he painted it a bright lime green. And like the judges were talking, they were like, "Why would he make it that color?"
Well, see, over here, if you're doing vintage, you could use the lime green.
Well, I think that's what the judges weren't understanding, that like in other countries they use bright colors like that. If you go to Mexico, like the
Yeah.
houses are bright fuchsia and turquoise, and but like here in America, if you had a fuchsia or a turquoise house, everybody would be like, what's wrong with you? Why would you make the house that
Yeah.
color?" So he made it green thinking like that. I think he
Yeah.
came from Italy.
Oh, you'd have, those little villas, wouldn't you? All
Yeah.
those different colors. Carolyn, oh, you both, aren't you? Yeah.
Oh, those Italians. What are they doing?
Oh, whack job.
Wouldn't you have those lovely colors? As well, we do. We have our beach houses are those colors too in some places.
The girl who won, she made like an old English countryside cottage type house.
Yeah.
With the vines and the ivy growing. I mean, she put the ivy up there. She made the ivy out of clay, okay? All those little tiny leaves. Even had time to put that and she stuccoed the whole outside of the house and then put these vines. And I'm talking like 2-3 story houses
Wow.
with all the rooms, like 6 rooms, 9 rooms, or like unbelievable houses. They were gigantic.
I don't know how they did it in 10 hours.
And then each week after that, they would be given like a task. Like,
Another.
now you have to make a bedroom, but you have to have a story that goes with it. You have to make the bedroom. And then they had to make a bedroom with an ensuite. So they had to do like both. And the woman was embroidering little tiny like designs on the pillowcases that she put on the bed. The other girl, she made a brass bed, but she had to take like the brass poles and like glue them together, and then she wanted to make it black, and she painted it all black. And I mean, they like from scratch. Everything was from scratch. Little flowers that were in little vases, like everything. They made everything from scratch. But in the last hour, they were allowed to go shopping where there's all the miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
They needed something that they didn't have time to, or they just couldn't make. They were allowed to go there.
Was
But
there a limit to though? Was there a limit to what you're allowed to pick up?
yes, they said, but remember, the more you take out of that closet, the more points will be
Will
taken
take
off
off
of your,
from you.
yeah.
What I could envision.
But they were doing everything. Like they made the curtain rods with the little rings holding the curtains. And there's one guy, his story was that it was a house in Japan, and it was right before the blast. They were celebrating because he had just gotten a job, the new job. So they were having a celebration. Then they had to decorate and make some kind of celebration. And his was that he got a new job. They were celebrating when the call came over the TV saying that the bomb was coming and they had to evacuate.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he even had the TV that he made while he was there. He made a little tiny TV from the 60s or from the 40s, whatever. No.
On the 40s.
Yeah, it was in Japan, but it wasn't the real, Hiroshima or anything like that, because the house was decorated in the 50s, 60s style. And he had the little TV over there, and it played the announcement. The little man came on there and said,
How do you do that in 10 hours?
I don't know. This guy is amazing. I've been following him though on YouTube, the things he's made. He made the whole set of Frasier in a miniature. Everything, even the dog sitting on the striped chair. The boss. And in the back of that, there's the window off Frasier's balcony where you can see the Space Needle and the whole city. Back there, he's got a tablet back there playing an actual video so that the lights are flashing, planes are flying by and stuff.
Are they using 3D
Electronic.
printers?
What?
Are they using 3D printers?
Not that I saw. Mostly everything they were using, either they were using clay, polymer clays, wood. They were sawing the little pieces of wood. They made the chairs, the tables, the legs, even spindles they were using and carving it out.
Oh, come on. What were they on, crack?
See, Carolyn, I think they do it in, like, they have to have a break, don't they? So if they do it for 5 hours and then have a break, things get hardened, and then come back for 5 hours. Wouldn't it be that they have a break?
I don't know, or they're taking crack.
Yeah.
I was saying that because like they did that challenge first and they had an hour to do that challenge and then they had to do the 10-hour thing. But like I don't know if maybe it's they do that little challenge and then they say, all right, we're gonna start, you got 10 hours to do it, and that's really the next day they're doing.
Yeah.
Like now you have 10, now you're getting up fresh, you eat breakfast and then you go and then you do 10 hours. Because I was saying, like, how would you get up, get washed, dressed, fed, then go do the hour challenge, then wait around while you're being judged on that, then find out the challenge that you have to do, and then work 10 hours on that, and then wait around and get judged on that. I was like, there's not enough. What are they sleeping like an hour and a half a day?
Yeah.
So
like when you look at that Lego challenge, and they have to, it has to be legally breaks.
yeah, I would think so. Yeah, because you think about it, it's on once a week. So maybe they're splitting up that time and just making it seem like, because if you ever notice when they're counting down, they're like 3, 2, and the people look like they're still putting stuff in there, even when they have the cooking contest shows.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands up in the air and back away from the, they did the same thing there. And I don't think, and the people who are close, like, oh, I'm never gonna get it done. I'm not gonna be able to finish.
Oh yeah, I know. They tell them to keep doing that. Oh my God.
I know, and they're always done and everything's and like
I know.
doing the last one. Oh, I'm back away. I used to watch that other one where they make the cakes, but the cakes are like 6 feet tall, and it's like the Dr. Seuss. I don't know, the Grinch on top of the mountain is the cake.
Yeah, we used to
Taking
watch
over.
Chef all the time, and they did that too. They always acted like
They're not gonna
it's
get
gonna
done.
finish or something happened to the oven.
Uh-huh. Well, they turn around and they drop the whole tray of cupcakes on the.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to throw them all out. Start over again. But they said that's what they're being judged on, not just their ingenuity and their talent, but they have to know how to use their time correctly. And then they still would say something like, because the one guy, he did get everything done, but he didn't get the ceiling in the dining room done. And they were like, what happened to the ceiling in the dining room? And he said, well, obviously, yeah, he ran out of time. But like everything else, like he made the chairs were upholstered and stuff like that. And you know how hard it is to upholster a tiny little chair? I was like, and he made like, a dining room, the whole set. And then they had it, they said something that he didn't finish the ceiling. Like, oh my God, he just upholstered 6 chairs. The guy alone. Preston. The guy's name was Preston. But he's not the one who won. It was the girl, Hannah. She won. But she made, the first challenge was to make a miniature food. And she made ramen noodles. Now you think ramen noodles, like how do you, but she made the chopsticks up in the air with the noodles connected to the dish, like somebody was picking it up. And then she did the other, like the real ramen with the egg that's been marinated.
Yeah.
And pieces of pork meat in there. And then the other girl, she made a steak. It looked like a real steak, like medium rare.
Hi, Sassy.
It was cut into, so it was all brown on the outside, but it had the red and then the pink on the outer edge, and little flakes of steak meat, like it was like just cut. And the other one made a hamburger with French fries and tomato and the cheese. It all looked real.
Huh.
But it was tiny, and it has to be in 1/12 scale. When they didn't, this one girl, she made the house, but obviously it wasn't 1/12 scale because it was a French chateau that she made. And it was beautiful, but it was small. So when she had to start putting stuff in for the challenges,
Right.
it was like no room. Her dining room, they take one of those 1/12 dolls and they put the doll and they're like, this person wouldn't be even able to get into any of those
Yeah, I
chairs.
had trouble with that, with the
Walk into
scaling.
you got to make it the 1/12 scale. You have to figure that out. Which you just convert feet to inches. That's but like a bed is 6 foot long, so 6 inches long, then that's how you would do it. But the other one had problems. The stools were under the there was like a center island in the kitchen, but the stools were almost touching the island. They were like the stool legs are too long.
Hmm.
And then the one girl, she made like a ultra modern, like space technology type house, and like the refrigerator had blue glass doors with triangular cutouts and stuff like that, and all the cabinets had the blue glass, and it was really beautiful. But it was in a like an old brick building, and there was an old fashioned record store that the family had. This is their story of the house. That it was above an old record store. And then down in the base, she made a basement, and in that basement room, it really looked like she made the bricks like sort of crumbly and old, and the cement floor. And then she made a little record player with the little records and the little light bulb with the pull string because it was down in the base, like all that kind of stuff. All those details. The water heater over in the corner that was all rusty. There was water dripping out. They used resin and let it look like it had a leak. I was like, wow.
Never come to craft night anymore, Sassy.
Oh,
Sassy used to always
Amazon-
ask, when is craft night? When is craft night? When are we having a craft night?
Is she in
um,
chat?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the chat.
yeah, say hello.
Where have you been, Sassy? Get on there and craft.
Yeah, Sassy, get on there and craft.
I love watching you craft, Sassy. I remember,
Gail's trying to be nicer than Ducky and I.
oh my gosh, I will never ever forget when Sassy did the one of the very first ones that I saw was the plant pot people. They were just amazing.
Mhm.
The hanging plant pot people.
Oh, this is the stupid part of this. The worst part is trying to get this jute through these beads.
Rusty, it's time to get up. Come on, go for a walk. Up, up.
Look at that jute. I found my roll of jute, which pisses me off because I couldn't find it. So I went out and bought another one. And now I
Oh
found
yeah.
the other two I had. So
Oh,
now I have
no.
3 rolls.
No, I don't even know how many rolls I have. A lot.
But like I said, now I know I'm finding out where everything is.
Yeah. I bought from Amazon the clay brick making kit to do those
Ah,
little houses.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it never came with, I got all the clay and all the stuff to do it. Never came with the mold. And when I tried to just buy the mold, out of stock. I haven't achieved actually buying the mold. So I just put that away.
I was just gonna say, try and make your own mold.
My husband's friend actually has one of those. Actually, I think my brother-in-law has the 3D printer. My husband, his brother, and his dad, they'll go thirds in something,
Yeah.
and then somebody will use it for a while, and they'll pass it on to the next, and then they'll will decide, hey, are you using it at the moment? I reckon they do have a 3D printer. I never thought of getting somebody. I don't want to make it. I'll get someone else to make it.
Okay, it's getting one bead. Saw a lady do that on that was making these. She's like, I would put three beads on my tags, and then she couldn't get them in either. Again, she tried the Scotch tape and all that stuff, and she goes, that one's getting one bead. Yep, this is, so is this one.
What do you know? Come on, outside, quick. Good boy. Outside.
Funny because she said, I always put 3 beads on mine.
Oh. What I was doing earlier is I went and found doing all my shifting back and forth stuff. I found some of my old books. I
Uh-huh,
wanted to make an altered book.
right.
I haven't been able to find them, so I finally found them. I'm trying to decide what to do with the book now, because there's this one thing I want to try. I'm not really sure. They must use just a ton of glue where you shape the book into different things with, the pages, you shape them, but then you glue them and then they harden up and they stay stiff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they just glue it page by page where they want each page.
Oh, yeah.
You're not talking about the ones that make a word, are you?
No, no, they'll make well, some of them I've seen, like they'll cut out the pages when the book is standing up. It'll look like a house, but looking like a
Is that
3D house.
folded? I think each page is folded somewhere different. No?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Well, the one I saw, it was definitely cut into because
Oh, yeah. I know my Nana used to use the telephone books and fold each page. It'll be a few telephone books, I think. It'll end up being a Christmas tree or something.
Yeah, Linda picked up something like that at a craft show once, books that turned into a Christmas, I forget how.
yeah, well that would be an idea. Like if you're standing up the book, then you would fold the pages, I guess, starting from the top small and then coming wider and wider, so that it looks like a tree in there. There was
All
this
right,
one I
Rusty
saw,
has
I can't
finally
remember what it
gotten
was.
up.
It's like a little fairy cottage or something they made.
Oh, cool.
This
It
whole
sounds
scene.
amazing.
It was even lit up. Like they even put lighting into it.
Oh, okay. Are you looking? Now you got my brain ticking. Are you looking like you open the book and it is completely cut out and they do the scene in the book, as
Yeah.
if it was like a shadow box book.
Right,
Is
right.
that what you're?
Yeah.
Now I've got my brain around it. It's like you can use, people have done that, and then they've put treasures in it, and then shut the book back up and put it on the bookshelf, and only they know what treasures are in it.
Ah.
Does that make sense?
You know what my problem is though? Like this book I have here, this is from 1955. It's called Clerical Office Practice.
Yes.
And it teaches you everything about working in the office.
Yeah.
Alphabetic filing rules, receiving
Yeah.
callers. I hate to switchboard operation. And then I have another book here. It's called, well, it says Veritas, but it's a Harvard classic. And this book is from,
Hello.
let's see,
Go get a drink quick.
1909.
Oh, wow.
So
And what
like,
are you wanting to do with the 1909 book?
well, I originally got it to use the pages in my junk journals,
Oh, of course, of course.
but like when I saw that it was from 1909, like how do I cut into a 1909 book?
Yeah.
Like now I just want to save it because it's an old book.
I get like that. I go thrift shopping, and I'm like, this is for this, this is for this. And then I get home and I realize what I've really got, and I'm like,
I
how can
can't
I
do that
deface
to it,
you?
right?
How can I deface you?
You know, and this book, what is this? Oh, it's The Mysterious Maya. So it's all about the Mayan people. All their carving. Now I got this to do the same thing, but there's beautiful pictures in here. And then it's all about the people and the carvings that they make and the artwork and the huts that they make and how they live. And so, do I really want to rep this book down?
Yeah.
I have a bunch of books, how to be a priest and stuff. They would give them to the young boys that went in there that were going to become priests. I forgot what they call them. And like the monks. What happened is the monastery by us closed, and they just was selling everything that was in the monastery.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of books from there, and I got it because they were old books, and some of them are really small, but they're on that thin paper. It's almost like Bible paper.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I could use these in my job. But the same thing, I was like, oh, but how do I got to get over that and just start using them, right?
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, that's what I bought it for.
It's like my mum gave me a heap of photos that we inherited, and we have no idea who the people are in the photos. But they are the most awesome, like 150-year-old photos.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are just unbelievably amazing. And some people are going, like in the family, throw them out. You don't know who they are. You don't know what to do with them. And obviously Linda, she has pride and joy in that sort of thing. And she goes, people actually sell photos like that.
I know.
Even though,
I have a bunch. If you go to thrift stores, they sell photos, $1 a piece.
Yeah.
And they're little
Yeah.
photos. But I got a couple,
no
like,
idea who these family members are.
yeah, I have a whole bunch of those. You know why? When we had that storm Sandy, the hurricane that
Oh, yes.
storm, well, the whole South Shore was flooded. So all those houses there right on the water,
Yeah.
they were just throwing everything out. Like in the following weeks when the water receded and everything, they had big garbage piles in front of their house. And we were
Oh,
driving down one day and I said, oh, look at that. A whole bunch of picture frames. They're so beautiful, especially all those houses on the water. Those are $1 million houses. They were all, well, more than 1 million now. But um, like they're rich mansions and all their the frames and everything are really, I know they're really expensive ones.
hmm
So I made Jay stop, but they had a big box full of just photos and they were just throwing it out. And I was like, and I picked it up and he looks at me, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, taking the photos. He was like, I thought you wanted the frames. I was like, I know, but look at all these photos.
yeah.
But
And I got all the old postcards. Like
I have all these
lots
people's
of
whole
postcards.
lives, like from when they made their communion all the way to their wedding, when they graduated
Yeah.
high school and college, and when they went on to their jobs at their company, like their whole life stories. And their daughter grew up in this back in the 70s and got married. That all their wedding photos were there, like all that stuff they threw out. So I couldn't let that. And then they had babies, so then they pulled the baby photos. I was like, how could you just throw these out? I have to take them. So I have downstairs in my
Yeah.
closet, I have a huge box. The top shelf of the closet. I
Mhm.
have a whole big
Yeah.
box up there, along with all my photo albums. That's where I keep all my photos, just in case there's ever a fire in my house.
Yeah.
My front door is right there.
Right,
from
right up,
closet.
not family members. Hi, Jeanette.
Just-
How are you, dear?
Hi, Jeanette.
I'll just fling all my photo albums out the door.
Yeah.
Because I doubt if there'll ever be a fire right by my front door. If there was a fire, it would be in the kitchen, which is in the back of the house. So I'd have time to throw all my photo albums out the door so that they don't get ruined.
Yeah.
But these photos are the only thing you can ever get back. Like,
No.
I nowadays, of course, we take it on a computer, it goes in the cloud, whatever. So if you lose your phone, you can go to the cloud, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you had photos, that's it. That's your only thing you have. My aunt she had moved, so she put her photo albums in her storage unit. And then
Yeah.
she was moving and everything. The storage unit burned down.
Oh no.
And all her photos were burned with it.
Oh,
And I said to her, I was like,
when I had the start of a house fire, all I grabbed were my kids and the dog. That's all I could manage.
Yeah.
I only had Ethan and Esther at the time. No, I didn't. Grace and Ethan, that direction. And my dog of the time. Just grabbed it because it was this great big long house, and we were at one end of it. Everything special was at the other end of it, and it was a closed dry fire. And yeah, I just grabbed them. It was too hard. And then the fire brigade opened the back door, and for some reason, the dog ran between their legs and went down to the other end of the house. But it was so far away that it was safe, like completely. Went over to I don't know if you don't call them blocks. It's equivalent to two houses on two different what do you call that? We call them blocks of land.
acres, or if they're not
Yeah,
acres,
so
they're
you've got a house, and you could have another house next door, but this house.
well, it depends on how it's zoned. Yeah, it's
Yeah. So it's over two lots. That's how
right.
long the house was, and the dog was fine.
figures though, runs towards the fire. No, don't go that way.
Yeah.
I watched a video today. This guy had those Komodo dragons, I think, or I don't know, some kind of lizard. And he was sleeping and the house went on fire and the lizard climbed out of its cage and climbed onto him. Maybe it was a chameleon or something, and started smacking him in the face with its tail. And it woke him up. But had he not done that, he wouldn't have woken up and they would have burned to death. So the lizard saved the man's life and his own life, obviously.
My cat would smack me across the face with its paw shut. No claws, no nothing. Just a pat across the face. Come on, I need the toilet sort of issue. Funny.
Let me see. Live chat.
I did the same thing with the little golden books. I bought a bunch of little golden
Yeah, I
books.
can't
so
cut
could
up
make
golden
journals.
books. I cannot cut them up. I'll photocopy
I can't
them.
do it.
I won't cut them up. No way.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
one because I didn't care. It was the Frog Princess, and I didn't care about it. So I easily made that into a journal. The rest I have like Cinderella Sleeping
I'm
Beauty. I have all the main
okay.
ones, and they're still there. I
I'm
can
okay
pick them up.
if they have already been wrecked. You know, a kid has ripped it or drawn on it. I'm okay if they've been defaced. Let's just say that, okay? If
Yeah.
they've already been defaced, then I give myself permission to deface something. Say, Gail, it's okay.
Yeah, I guess
You
I could.
can do
Yeah, all the ones I
this. You
have
can
are
do
in pretty
this,
good
girl.
condition. And some of
You
them are
give yourself a
back from the
pep talk?
50s, but I can't cut them. I can't do it.
Do you have to give yourself a pep talk if it's already been
Yeah, but that's just it. The ones I have are like in good condition. They're not.
Oh yeah, I've got good conditioned ones, but if
it's a story I don't care about and it's a newer version, like from the 90s, I don't care. I would do it. I would make it. But when I bought them, I bought all the main stories that I like, like Peter Pan. I bought all the main ones.
Yeah.
And I just.
So if I go to the thrift shop and they've got a heap of books and they've not realised that one's been wrecked, and I get it home and think, didn't realize. Yeah, I can do them.
I have to get either I have to get like doubles of the ones that I have, or or stories that I don't know and don't care about.
Have you ever seen the Daddy Butterfly Kisses? The little golden book, Daddy Butterfly Kisses?
No.
Must be at least 30 years old, around like more, because Cole got Grace one, and then he got, I'll just say the ones of Grace and Esther's. So he's done one for Grace, and then he did one for Esther. They're beautiful.
Hey, thank
It's a
you,
beautiful
Heartmade Wires.
story.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Oh, lovely.
Hi, Heart.
Let's see here.
Oh, I love that video you sent. Sent me a video with the dog, with the owners kiss their dogs to get their reactions, and the dogs are so cute. They look at their owner and then they'll like put their head on the owner's chest or something.
Oh,
Or lean closer, like kiss me more. My dog doesn't really do anything because I kiss him all the time. So like there is no like weird reaction or anything. He'll just like, all right, just kiss me again. No big deal.
Yeah, on top of the forehead. I'll go past them and I'll just give him a kiss on top of the forehead.
I guess
Rusty put his
because when he made that thing, they said, kiss your dog and see how it reacts. Like the dogs looked surprised and like, what, you didn't kiss your dog already?
Yeah, Rusty
Like,
put
you
his
never
nose
kiss your dog.
on
Like
my
what? I don't get it.
The other day, Rusty put his nose on the side of my chin going towards my ear. Like he just put his head down. You know how they do that?
Yeah.
And my my girlfriend freaked out. Oh my God, your dog's in your face. Yeah. Oh my God, your dog's in your face. Yeah, it's all good. Heidi May will be over to do it soon too. And then the cat will come and headbutt me too. You know how the cats submit, they put their head down into you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Benji was doing that the other day. He puts his head so far over and then he like rolls. He ended
Yeah.
up doing a somersault.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten it on video. I got it on video of my cats doing the high five separately. But I wish I would have gotten it on video. I walked into the room one time and I went over to each cat. They were up on the side table, and I went, as I walked past, I held out my hand, they did 5, and then I turned to the dog and did it, and the dog gave me 5. I was like, why didn't I have that on video? Like,
Yeah. I love it when I leave the puppy cam on when I've gone out and just watch what the animals do. It's amazing. But it's only I don't know if it goes back. Ethan probably knows how to do it, how it goes back. Like I only see it live. Hello, what are you doing? Were you sunbaking?
funny thing is that I taught Jay's cat to give that. That was the first cat I taught to do 5, like give me 5.
Yeah.
That was his cat for 6 years before he moved in. And after I taught him it, I told Jay, I said, watch this. And I walked over to, now this is his cat. I walked over and I went, give me 5. And the cat, he was like, how did you do that? I was like, I taught him how to do it. So then, from seeing him do it, my cat Lynx just walked over and looked at me and was like, hey, I can do that too. And he came over and he did it. And then I showed the dog, and that's how the dog, I said, see, look, I said, he gives me 5 and he gives me 5. I said, now you give me 5. And I stuck my hand out and then he did it. I was like, all right.
Ethan taught Heidi May to do all that.
Old dog, new tricks.
Oh, where am I up to? There we are. This is so micro crocheting at my hand, my wrist. It's okay. It's gonna be worth it.
I'm working on a thumbnail.
I'm crocheting with a 2 millimeter crochet hook.
That's that's small.
Just to get that lace look.
I can't remember why I have like a crochet hook. You can't even see the hook on the end. It's so small. But you're supposed to use like thread with it, literally.
Yeah. Yes, and also you can stab with them ones, can't you? You can do stabby stab when you want to go through something. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like say if you want to go through a piece of material and crochet around it, you can use that to stab through. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's like really sharp and pointy at them, but I never thought of that.
That's what that one's for. Okay, that one is for going through. Well, I'm pretty sure that's because I've got my Nana's, and that's what she used to go through things. So you crochet the border.
Yeah, I get it.
So if you want to crochet a Peter Pan collar or something, and you do the first row around,
or like handkerchiefs.
Yes, that's it. Thank you.
I have like a really old handkerchief that has the crochet
Yes,
border.
that's what she used it for, was the handkerchiefs. Oh, and the face washes. What do you call them? Washcloths. Okay, she went around washcloths, handkerchiefs, um, something else, but that's what she used it for.
Nice.
And that real fine lace work around those handkerchiefs. Wow.
You know, the one thing I always wanted to try and never, like, I never did it yet. Tatting.
Tatting, yes. I've got all the stuff here to tat too. And I don't think I'd be able to do it.
I don't know
I
if I
just
could do it
don't
now. With my eyes are not good anymore.
I don't know how that my brain would just say, I have too many distractions. Like I get distracted too much, I think, to do that. So that's just in the collection, you know. The tatting book, it's all there in the collection.
Glad to know I'm not the only one.
Now, there was something I read here. Oh, a little lady. All my dogs were snuggle bugs and love kisses. Miss those kisses. Yeah. They're just adorable.
Mine too. And everyone was always like, "Oh, does your dog sleep in a bed?" I was like, "Yeah, in my bed next to me.
Yeah.
He's nice enough. He lets me sleep in the bed with him."
Yeah, that's it. It's not my bed.
So yeah, Jay came home one time with a dog bed, and I looked at him and I was like, "And when do you expect him to go in that bed?" He's like, "Well, I figure when he's in the living room, he could lay on it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You really think he's going to lay there?" And he was like, "Well, maybe." And it was shaped like a pumpkin.
Oh, gorgeous.
I was like, "He's not going to go." So I picked him up and I put him in it. He sat down and just looked at me like he was being punished. I was like, "All right, you don't have to stay in it." And he jumped right out.
Just sit there for a photo. Just sit there for a photo.
When he's downstairs in the living room, he actually lays down on the windowsill.
It's gorgeous.
He lays there. We used to laugh because the cats would be up on the couch, but the dog would be in the windowsill.
Windowsill. Yeah.
Occasionally, all three of them would be on the windowsill. If we weren't home or something and we just got home, as soon as we pull up, we'd look and all three of them would be sitting in the windowsill. Yeah. You think they're waiting for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having
they
rain
give
now
you-
too.
Look, where have you been? You've been gone all day.
Did you say you got rain, Carolyn?
Now it's yeah, I can hear rain and wind now, and it says now
Yeah, it's
I'm here. Yeah.
Boring here.
That's what it says. Yeah.
It's nice. It's that kind of rain where if you lay down, you just fall right out. I love when it rains. And sometimes you get that little low rumble of thunder in the distance. Knocks me
Yep.
right out.
If I'm making this collar smaller and not bigger.
Ouch.
Well, we'll just have to go on the clothes dryer, these dresses, and see if I can shrink them.
You know, I even have a spot under my desk for my sewing machine. But when I want to use it, all I have to do is pick it up, put it up on there, and
pull it out.
rather than like well, the other one broke anyway, but even when it wasn't broke, it was in the other room. So when I had to sew, I had to go into the other room, climb through all those other boxes, then climb over the back of the chair, get into the chair, and then sew. Because I had the sewing machine set up in there, but it became a storage room after that. So all the other stuff is like in front of it, you know. And it broke, but so now I got this one. I could, and it's small enough. I could just pick it up and put it on top.
Oh, lovely.
Sew, and then put it back down. But you know what? If I sew a lot, I might just leave it out because now
Yep.
I can do all the stuff for the journals. That's all I'm sewing for.
Yeah.
With it right there, I'll just be able to. All right, let me sew this, and this. But I'll make a bunch of things. This way, I sew a whole bunch at a time. I tried using that hand machine. That was too hard.
How did that sewing machine work that you got?
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
It's still in the box. It's under my desk though now. I'm getting closer to getting to use it.
Okay.
Once I get all the other stuff off the top of the desk.
Are you doing your thumbnail, Caroline?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Trying to work. Didn't realize how hard it was going to be to see the next row. How's everybody in chat? Hanging in there? These little crowns are cute. I mean, 100% I haven't researched them, but they're cute. So their engagement markers, I take it. Community leaderboard when you press on it. Hi, heart.
I'll be right back. I gotta get water. Gotta put this onion dip away because I still didn't put it away. No, you could stay here. I'll be right back. You stay.
Our little lady Sandy Rusak is working on Scooter's curtains. I'm working on
Poor
trying to
Sue.
make the the necklines of my dresses stay on my shoulders and not have one shoulder hanging out all the time.
Poor Sandy working on Scooter's curtains.
Yeah.
While Scooter's on a vacation, little lady, going to
Our
a
little
theme park
vacay
tomorrow.
Scooter. Little vacay girl. Is it at a theme park?
What did you say?
Jeanette said nice theme park.
Oh, they're going, yeah, Indiana Beach theme park.
Oh, lovely.
All right, let's do that. Done. Share it out.
Wow, it's really coming down now.
Yeah, little lady. I bet they are going to be beautiful. I can't wait to see them.
See what?
Other curtains.
Scooter's curtains
That
that
Sandy's
Sandy
making.
has
yeah.
been working on for 4 months.
Really?
No, I just like saying that.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to make these, she would crochet these little, it was like a teacup on the saucer, connected to the saucer.
Oh yeah, Sandy made
Oh,
those
yeah.
with chocolate chip cookies. Remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah.
My
Put the doll dresses too that she crocheted. I'm sorry.
my
go ahead.
nana knitted. No, my nana crocheted, and my grandma, my gran, she knitted.
I can knit, but to me, knitting isn't as enjoyable as crocheting.
No, me either. I can't really knit. I mean, I can make a scarf.
I actually knitted a shawl once, but it was this really loose type of knitting.
Mm-hmm.
I actually made it at work. My boss is the one who taught me how to do it. We just had to make sure that when the big bosses came in, we had to like shove it into a bag and then put our heads back onto the microscope.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was like this at each of our stations, like there was a like a big shelf that went right in front of us, like and over our heads, like, and the microscope came down from that, so they wouldn't be able to see what we were doing until they got
Oh,
level
okay.
with us. So we always had the warning when they came, like when they came in the big main door, the girls that
Yeah.
were in front would like make a sound or something, and then we would all know. We'd all look up and we'd all ditch whatever we were doing,
Yeah.
and then put our faces. We had it all set up like a board on the heating thing, and the microscope was right in line with it, and you just put your face there, put your hands by it. Looks like you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll had our fake boards.
Yeah.
I used to work with wire that was so microscopic you couldn't see it with the naked eye. You could only see it under the microscope. We have to open
Wow.
a case. You'd have to open it up underneath the microscope and then pull it out with tweezers.
Oh, wow.
Like that's what we worked with, tweezers. No, we didn't have pliers or anything like that. We had to use
Yeah.
tweezers. And the holes that they had, the wires had to go through really, really tiny, but it looked big when you were doing it under the microscope. Like there was no problem seeing it. It went through right
Mhm.
easy. And we'd solder them, the hole tights they were called. Them in. Ooh, there's the thunder.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's a long one. Still going. Wow.
Is the dog okay? It doesn't bother him?
No. He's sleeping. If he does a really loud one, he'll get scared. You know, he was never afraid of that or fireworks. They would go what there was never any problem with him. 2 years ago on the 4th of July, I took him outside with me, not thinking.
Yeah, I did that. Did that
and
too.
biggest mistake of my life.
Yep. I did the same thing. No one to blame but myself.
Me too, because now he hears a firecracker, he's like climbing up on me.
Yep. I did
No,
the same
it's
thing.
okay, it's okay, it's just a firecracker. But no, I have to hold him, otherwise he sits and he shakes. I'm like, what? Like, it never bothered you before. Stop. But I didn't. I brought him outside. I was holding him, and the fireworks started to go off one after the other. So I ran out the door, and I was looking at it. And I said, "Look at the fireworks." And he looked. He saw them going off in the sky, but it scared him, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
I
God!
did the same thing.
The dog is 5 years old. He's never been afraid of it. Now he's terrified.
Yeah.
My cats were never afraid. They didn't care. Bombs would be going off. The cat would just be laying there, sleep right through it. Dog would be sleeping.
Yeah, Rusty doesn't care, but I scared Heidi May.
My daughter's dog is a big I always forget the name of it. The dog like on Little House on Prairie. What is that called?
Oh, not the old English sheepdog. Which one was it? Or was it the border collie? They had
A
two
border
dogs.
collie. That's it. Yes, thank you. He's terrified when there's any kind of. But I mean, there's reason though. I told you the bolt of lightning hit the tree, and the branch came. When the tree exploded, a branch came through the window.
Oh, wow.
And my son was sleeping right there on the couch, and the dog was right there too. So they were both there. Dominic got up and screamed. My daughter and son-in-law, they woke up. Now they didn't realize they were sleeping. They heard it and they realized that when they first woke up, they thought that they woke up because of the lightning. But then they realized that they heard Dominic scream. So they ran down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then they saw, he was standing there and the dog was panicking and there was glass all over. And they were like, what happened? And he was like, the lightning hit the house. But then they looked at it. They were like, no, it hit the tree. The tree exploded. But when you looked at the tree, you could see like where it hit, it exploded. But the lightning went down the whole tree and came out the bottom of the tree because you saw like a burnt hole. And it made a
Wow.
dent out in the lawn, like made this big. They got rid of the big tree. Now it's just a big stump. They're gonna build a tree house on it. Benny. It's like a big platform. don't know if that's such a good idea. I'm just thinking he's got the name Benjamin Franklin, the lightning with the kite.
Okay.
Anyone here ever played The Sims?
Yes, long time ago.
I just started playing again recently. I played it years and years ago,
Yeah.
and I just downloaded it probably, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. It's a little different than the one I used to play. Because that one, they used to grow up and they would get old and die, and I was like, that's a horrible game. This one, you don't have to change their ages. It's more about the events and following the things. And
Remember the fires in the kitchen all the time?
yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't that terrible? That. I don't know
You'd
what
have
version
somebody
of Sims
cooking
that
and there would always be
was.
a fire in the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know what version that was. I mean, originally, like when I first started playing, it was on the computer. This is
Yeah,
back
on
in
the computer. And then my
yeah,
kids got the codes so like you could get everything all at once.
yeah, Rosebud,
Was that what it
Rose,
was?
Rosebud, semicolon, exclamation point, and then you just kept
Whatever it
doing that
was,
over
yeah.
and
And
over.
then you got everything all at once and
Yeah. Um. Yeah. So we played that version, and then my son got it for, his video game. I guess PlayStation. I'm not sure. I don't remember which one it was. But when I tried to play that, it was horrible. I was like, this is horrible. I'm not playing this game anymore. You didn't feed them, they died. And
yeah, right.
if you didn't send the kids to school, CPS came and took them away. You'd get fired if you didn't go to work. I was like, oh my God. Just like real life. I don't want to play real life.
Oh my
These ones that, like, none of that stuff matters. It'll tell you they have to go to work, but the only thing is that you don't get the money then. Right now I have $68,000. Better than I'm doing in real life. What I did though is I made the cast of Lost.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I add another sim, I'm getting another character from Lost. But now the thing is, I have to send somebody to work with low hygiene. But everybody's green and sparkly. So I don't know how long it takes for them to get bad hygiene. Funny thing is, Dominic's playing it too. He's got him and his girlfriend. They just got married. He's got me married to Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, and now they have the whole Harry Potter part to it. You do the wizards spells and stuff, and they make the school for the wizards. You can go to school there. So I have to go to the park and talk to the thinking man statue, or hug a neighbor's cat, and go to work with low hygiene. Okay. Yesterday, Dominic walks in the room. He walks in with his room. With his room. He walks in with his game. He plays it on his tablet, and I hear the music. I go, Dom, are you really playing that again? So he just looks at me. I go, you know, we're gonna have to get you some help. You're addicted to this game. And I'm sitting there with my tablet on my lap playing The Sims, and he looks at me. He starts laughing. I go, I was looking for to buy something. He was like, yeah, okay. And I have to put in a beige carpet. Where am I going to put beige carpet?
All right, so I'm going to do a redirect on this. Go over, we're going to talk about Gypsy Rose's new YouTube channel, Ryan Anderson's new YouTube channel, and it's quite interesting. All right, I'm going to redirect us over. So thanks everybody for coming to the craft night. I know I didn't craft that much or anything, but did something. I don't know. I'll have to get more with it next time. But thanks everybody, and I'll see you over there, I hope. Love you guys. God bless. We'll see you over there. Bye. Bye. And the stream. And the stream. Okay.